Alright, I guess it's time to start. So, you all have come from a variety of locations around the Isle. Some from Bristol, some from Morley. Ironically, no Tivians or Carnarvons as far as I know. But, due to the conflict within the Isles, civil war, revolution, just plain politics, a lot of tragedies going on there, you have all decided that your best cope is to the west. That the hope that you have is in the colonies of Pandyssia, located in the region known as Sloane Bay. So, you have all made your way to Alexandria and have booked passage on the freighter Maple's Cruel. So, once you're on there, you feel a little bit of hope as you officially exit the Isles and are officially on your way to Pandyssia. Once you're let on the ship, you are shown to its quite cramped quarters. Each of you do actually get your own room, thankfully, so you can store your stuff there if you want to. Once you board the Cruel, it is about 300 feet long. It shows signs of immense use. It has been across the waves countless times.
Does it look stable enough?
Go ahead and make a shift check for me.
Oh no. So that's gonna be what now? Is that a study, maybe?
Yep, I'll say study. And whatever style you can argue your way into.
We'll call it cleverly, because I'm trying to figure things out.
All right, okay, I'll let you cleverly do this. Difficulty is 1. If you have a focus in ships, then you can apply it here.
I do not have a
I
focus
don't
in
think
ships.
any of you have a focus in ships, so.
No, Miss Cohen has not really been around ocean-faring vessels much.
That is okay.
Oh, that is going to be a 15, which I believe is a failure.
Is it what?
Failure.
Okay.
It's over my
did you
number.
roll 2d20?
Oh, no, do I always get to roll 2?
That's correct. Yeah, that's why it's called the 2d20 system.
New system, who dis?
Every check.
It's a 12.
Okay, and what was your...
My number is 10, so
Okay, all
I'm
right.
just really not vibing with the ship.
Well, it's floating. So,
that's
should be fine.
something that ships should do.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. It doesn't seem to be taking on any water, so should be fine. The whole ship has this almost dark green tint. Must have been some sort of personal choice to make it look like that. But within the ship, as there are in ships, there are quite few windows, and when they are, they're very small portholes. So in the interior of the ship, most things are fairly dark, save for the glimmer of whale oil lights that are throughout the hallways. The entire interior is filled with pipes, as it is on ships and whatnot. So, you all had a pretty uneventful day, mostly sticking to your rooms. Perhaps some of you decided to get some fresh sea air, but none of you really crossed paths. Some of you may have, but at 8 o'clock in the evening, which is pretty late for you all, dinner is served. And that is something called to everyone on the crew. There are different shifts, so there's an 8:30 shift of dinner where some of the crew will actually go there. But the first shift at 8 o'clock is invited to the crew and the captain, or excuse me, the guests and the captain. Almost a first-class meal, if you will. Not sure why dinner is so late, but you all find yourself at the table in the, excuse me, I want to get, yes, the galley is located on the same floor of the guest quarters, so it was not a very long walk for you. Don't have any diagram of what the ship would look like, but fairly long, and in the middle you have, I tried to find what you call this area, but the area of the boat where almost all of the important stuff is. You've got the bridge on top, you've got the guest quarters in the galley, you've got the crew quarters, and then of course the rest of the ship is the hold and the engine room in the stern of the ship? I don't know boat terms, but I can surely try. So, once again, you all find each other at a single long steel table. You are served a delicious meal of vegetable soup and grits, the best that the Maple's Cruel has to offer.
When you say delicious, how sarcastic are you being?
Extremely sarcastic. Yeah, it is what it is, but it's full of nutrients, it's pretty easy to preserve, and it has a whole lot of salt in it.
Great.
So, you see the captain at the head of the table. He sits down, somewhat tired, you can definitely tell, despite the fact that it's only the first day of your journey. The captain has a thick red beard, calloused hands from constant life at sea. He's almost completely bald. He might be trying to comb over his hair to sell the fact that he's not balding, but it's pretty apparent. And he has not a deformed nose, but one that looks like he's been in his fair share of bar fights. It's probably been broken at least a couple times.
Did we get his name at any point? Did we?
He has not said his name, but if you ask it, he probably might give it. So why are you all going to Pandyssia?
It's the question of the hour, isn't it?
Well, I mean, everything kind of sucks back at the Isles, so why not go to the place where everything sucks more? That's what I always say. Head towards danger and act.
Really, it at least
smart.
sucks in a different way.
What?
It at least sucks in a different way.
Yeah, like, you don't get hung or crucified. You just die by some unknown things of terror.
You don't know a lot about Pandyssia, do you?
No.
It's not that bad.
It's not. Oh. Well, newspapers and stuff.
You like to sensationalize things. How about the rest of you?
See, I was a veteran back in the Civil War.
Ah.
Had to leave behind my wife Alice and my daughter, who she was born while I was away. Wife didn't even bother telling me her name.
I'm sorry to hear.
We used to fight every time I'd return. Finally, the last time I returned, she wasn't there to greet me. She took my daughter and ran off who knows where. So I decided to go seek out a new life in a new world.
Who did you fight for?
I prefer to keep that to myself at this moment.
Fair enough.
You can keep your secrets. As long as you're paying your way, I don't care. How about you?
Me?
Right.
Well, I suppose I'm looking for new opportunities. It's a fascinating place.
Yeah. If you can find them. There's plenty of land if you want a homestead. Busy cities, less war, slightly less taxes. It's not bad.
How many times have you been to Pandyssia?
Oh, I've been running the back and forth to Bryanton and to Sunline. This is probably actually my 32nd time.
32nd.
Right. He's actually fairly young for a sea captain. He looks to be about in his mid-30s. But again, definitely looks like he's seen his fair share of journeys. But
So you know your stuff.
of course this is my boat. There's actually another person at this table that I forgot to mention. Another guest that has joined you. He is extremely young compared to the rest of you. Oh, by the way, we'll ask you all to explain what your characters look like after I explain this next guest. Let's see. Looks extremely young, maybe 20 years old. Strangely blonde hair, almost white, light brown skin, and brown eyes. Wears a patchwork coat, and he has a cutlass on his side. It's quite big for how small he is, but he seems to be wielding it nonetheless. And he answers to the captain. Well, I was in Dunwall, and you know the things there, and unfortunately, one of my professors died, and I was mentoring under him, and, well, Pandyssia's a lot better. And the captain just looks at him and just says,
Really, very eloquent man.
the captain?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, extremely. So, which one of you is, who's the Reed fellow? I've seen the registry. Okay, you'll read. Right.
Me.
Okay. I assume you are the code lady, right?
Well, seeing as how there's only one of us females at the table.
I'm not one to judge. There could be a man named Heisel.
That's
The Isles are a strange place these days.
Oh yes, Hazel Cohen.
Would you care to describe what Hazuko looks like.
Yeah, so Hazuko has a bit of a weird vibe going on. She has like a asymmetrical blazer that she wears, which is lined with lace. Has a blue monarch butterfly pin on the lapel. She has like a half veil over her face, just covering her nose and mouth, and she has like very intense green eyes that kind of poke out from over that. She has short white hair cut in like an A-line bob with 2 longer strands up front. And she just kind of seems very at ease wherever she is.
Josh, would you care to describe John?
John is a fellow of relatively medium height, probably about 5'10". Very skinny, lanky kind of fellow. Long face, clean shaven, with a rather pointed nose and some dark brown hair that's rather unkempt in a way, but intentionally so in a way. He wears a reddish brown overcoat with long coattails towards the back, along with a pair of rather heavy boots.
The captain rakes his mind a little bit and just says, "Wait, are any of you the person that didn't list a last name on the registry? Emil. Is there an Emil here?"
No. There's an Emil.
Well, the meal's on the table.
Well, I mean, not on the table.
His name is Emil.
Oh, Emil. Okay. Yes.
So
Are you Sir Conan?
What?
Are you Sir Conan? Sorry, they have weird names there.
No.
All right. Fair enough. Would you care to describe Emil?
So he looks like Daniel Day-Lewis, and if you don't know, if you don't know what that means, he has like somewhat like wavy shoulder-length black hair, and he's got like a strong jaw. It's very, very like distinctive, and he is wearing like a plain like black suit, kind of like a little ruffled because he's on a boat, and he has a dark cane with him, and if he were standing you'd notice that he has a limp, and his right leg doesn't seem to be that great.
Is there a Kenji on board? Which one of you is Kenji? And you see the young man with the patchwork coat just say, "Yes, that would be me."
Where are you from, Kenji?
Well, I am actually from Wagon, far place, northwest of Tivia.
I've heard of it a couple of times.
It's a distant place, but it is, well, it's cold for one, but it's not a very enlightening place, hence why I went to Dunwall. So I take it you are, what is this, Greylouse?
Greylouse, yeah.
Okay, alright, and would you care to describe Sebastian?
Yeah, so basically Sebastian has like, well, you look over and there's this guy, and he has this coat, this first thing that you recognize, and it's pretty well made, like, but there's a bunch of like stitches that are kind of random and stuff like that. And it looks like it's been patched together by just really random items and stuff.
There you
So
go.
not the best materials.
We got 2 patchwork coats here.
He's got a little bit of a vest on. You notice he has like a very dull orange like scarf that he's wearing still. He has chestnut hair that kind of falls down into his eyes quite a bit, so you can't see too much, but you can tell his eyes are green and they pop out now and then. So twinning, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
He is very pale, like a little bit like go out into the sun, man. He also, you notice that he's very skinny and slender and definitely needs some meals, but he seems rather cheerful anyway. Yeah, that's about it. There might be other things that you could notice about him, but
Can I make some sort of like analog of a perception check on that?
Yeah, sure. So you can do a study check with whatever style you can argue into. I don't know if there's a focus that applies to people or perception.
Can Could I do cleverly? I think being perceptive about people
Alright.
and like being able to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
read people is a bit
Yeah,
of a
you can
cleverly
cleverly
thing.
do this.
All right, and
You get to set the difficulty though,
Oh.
as to whatever.
Probably pretty low.
Okay, pretty low. All right,
I'd
so
say
difficulty.
maybe like
Okay, difficulty will be 1, so you need 1 success for this to work.
so one roll that is under a 10.
Yep, there you go.
Got a 6. That's a
Okay.
success.
All right.
What else would I notice about Mr. Sebastian here?
you notice that there's a lot of scars, very small, but like kind of hidden. Like he's kind of hiding them a little bit with like his coat and stuff.
But just kind of peeking out
But
from
like
the
they're
edge of his
peeking out
sleeves.
like around his face too a little bit,
Mhm.
but nothing like super deformative or anything like that.
Right, just a thing that Heisel kind of notices.
Mhm.
And what's your name, Captain?
Oh, also one thing, he also wears like these cool fingerless gloves and has like
Oh,
they're kind of you notice that they're like very worn at the knuckles and there's a lot of like padding there.
yeah.
Okay, smart.
Yeah.
Cool.
I am Captain Phil Poppin.
You're gonna have to spell that for me.
Vilpoppen. Poppin.
Bill
Vil would be his
Poppin.
first name.
What
it's
a
not
name.
a
Ian?
what? E-N. Poppin. No.
So it's Bill Poppin.
He is very happy that there are not 2 O's in his name. That would not be fun. Ugh.
Is the passage to Pandyssia relatively uneventful usually?
Mm.
What do you see out?
Right. The nearer you get to Pandyssia, you generally want to stay off the deck a little bit. Flying fish that will smack you in the face. They're really annoying. Our crew goes up there with the sort of makeshift armor to help themselves out with that.
To block the
Thankfully, the
fish?
fish have not been too bad. What's that?
To block the fish.
That's right. They're also poisonous, which the antidote is fairly common, but it's just Pandyssia trying to keep people away and unsuccessfully doing so.
The things you learn.
Right. There are of course whales, but they don't really attack people, not anymore. That's pretty much the only threat on these waves, I think. We should have a relatively safe journey. Worst thing that we could have is bad weather, which I actually need to decide what the weather's like right now.
Oh, you have a weather die, don't you?
I have a weather die. Okay.
Hilarious. He's like, the only real threat is the weather. Light. Rain. Well,
We're all gonna die.
Like the weather you've seen at the Isles, pretty days are kind of few and far between. So it is, it's just somewhat cloudy. The sun is peeking through from time to time, but still the old clouds that you all are pretty relatively used to. Isles are pretty cloudy almost at all times. If you go to Karnaka, you'll start to see some pretty weather, but don't think any of you have been there, as far as I know. We'll see. That is the capital of Sarkonos. So Sarkonos, bit sunny. Everywhere else, pretty rainy, and in Tivia, it's snowy, like almost all the time. All right. So that is the weather. You two need to eat up. You need food, and you need sun.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. Just been out doing things and stuff like that. You know, didn't exactly take care of myself that good at in the Isles, but I mean,
Well, there's not enough sun there anyways, unless you're in Sarkonos.
that's a word. But the food, I have to say, absolutely delicious. And
Of course.
Yes, finest upon anything, finest dish I have tasted in many a
Bravo!
long time.
And he just calls out to, you can actually see the galley itself where the meals are being made. There's just this, again, surprisingly skinny person behind a stove there with an apron on. He just says, "Ah!" And Poppin just says to him, "He likes your food better than I do."
I like turn give him like 2 thumbs up.
Are you always this cheerful?
He gives you an okay and then goes back to whatever he was doing on the stove.
I mean, nah, maybe. But, you know, I mean, it's always good to keep the cook happy. Although, it's between you and me. And I'm speaking very loud, so everyone's still
Okay, all right, it's not.
Hazel leans across the table anyways.
Between you and me, I don't exactly trust a cook that's skinny, but you know, it's free.
I've heard the phrase before.
Hmm.
It's a phrase.
Yeah, don't trust a skinny cook.
Oh, cool.
I take what I can get.
At about this time, you all would see one of the, I wish I knew how to describe the almost circular doors on a ship that have like the curved edges on the side. You see one of those open, and a woman steps in. She has a pistol at her side. She has shortly cut black hair, dark brown skin, and piercing blue eyes. You can tell that she was probably just the officer on duty. She just kneels down next to Poppin and just whispers in his ear. If you all want to take a check to listen to that, you
Yeah.
can. I guess that would be, again, study? Yes, yeah.
Love our study checks.
If you want, you could maybe argue talk, but
Oh.
you know what? No,
that better.
I'll keep it at study. Yeah, general perceptiveness is listed under study, so this is a perception check. So study, you can describe any sort of style you want to infuse with it if you want, but make sure to make the case to me first.
I'd like
Can I
to,
borrow 2 die?
I'd like to listen carefully, making sure that they don't think that I'm listening in.
All right, sounds good. Yep. So I can see cleverly, carefully.
I think I'll do cleverly.
Okay, all right. And I need to take a look at the focuses to see if there's any that apply here. If you have one that you think applies, go ahead and mention it.
And
But,
what is the difficulty?
difficulty is going to be a 2. Yeah, she's somewhat hushed. She does want to keep this discreet.
And the oh yeah, right.
Is
no,
there a bathroom in the room? Or a toilet?
right next to the kitchen?
Yes, there is a bathroom, but it is
In the kitchen.
back
That's what
in the
it
crew
means, but-
quarters. If you just need a sink or something, there's the galley.
I'm going to walk by them, going to the bathroom using my, can I use deception for that?
Is that a focus?
Oh, I was trying to look at
Let's
bluff.
focus.
Yes. Yeah, you can do deception. That works. All right, and difficulty is 2, so you need 2 dice that are underneath that number.
Okay.
Is 1 success on my friend, so fail.
I also only had 1 success.
I got a 4 and a 1.
Oh, look at that.
So.
Okay.
And I have 5 steady, and I'm probably listening carefully, so like 4.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, did any of you? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I got, ooh,
Oh, that looks like a
20 and
high one.
16.
Oh no.
Okay, a 20 is technically a complication. But I got all the dice in the chaos pool. There's no complication. You're trying to listen in. That's not a. There's not going to be any complication.
He's just very obvious
trip
about his
on the-
listening
I
in.
keep-
Right,
Wait.
yeah. Maybe, okay, so when you pass, you almost obviously lean over, and the first mate just gives you a stern look and then returns to speaking to the captain. There's your complication. You got caught. Okay, so you heard, right?
Yeah.
So none of the rest of you heard this, but you could hear the first mate tell the captain, there is a crimson pennant vessel approaching, heading straight for us. And you see the captain scoots away from the table and say, well, it was whatever, I met you all. I have some business to attend to on the deck.
Is
I would
everything all right?
suggest, yes, just there's just a vessel approaching that I don't think is going to be a problem. We're just a little afraid of, but have to go investigate. I would suggest staying down here until you get word from someone saying that it's safe. Stay off the deck. Thank you. And the captain and the first mate start heading up out of the room and towards the door that leads to the deck.
Would I know what the crimson pennant is from like my?
Go ahead and make a. This will be another study check. We're
Okay.
full of those tonight, aren't we?
Cool.
Yeah, study check, any style you can describe. And if you've got a bonus in ships, apply it. If you've got any in, okay, you know what? I need to look at the focus list. I don't want to spoil what
I
this
don't
is,
have
so.
anything that would
Okay,
talk
alright.
about that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Difficulty. I'll give it a 1. This is not hard.
Okay.
If you've been reading.
Do I
these
do a
pages.
style or is it like?
Oh, yeah. If you've, again, style is kind of up to you.
I guess maybe cleverly because.
Okay, yeah, definitely cleverly.
All right, so I got 11 and a 4.
Okay, is that 2 successes?
Okay, so it's.
Yeah.
What determines?
It's your
success?
study and then your cleverly.
Okay, add together.
Mm-hmm.
And yes.
So 2
Or
successes.
wait, I think it's just 1. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I will say again, a little reminder for you all: if you perform a check and have extra dice, say I gave you a 1 difficulty check and you got 2 successes, that extra dice becomes momentum, a power that you can use kind of later on to basically. I believe you can use that to add to other checks later on. You can create truths with it, that sort of stuff. So it's
Okay.
useful,
Exciting.
very useful to accumulate that if you can. So you did succeed. So you've probably read some newspapers and whatnot. The Crimson Pennant are pirates. But one thing you will know specifically about them is that they are airship pirates. So it's not a naval vessel that is approaching. It is an airship. And so, Captain and the first mate, all gone. It's just you guys, Kenji, and Brimble the cook. That's it. Brimble is occupied.
Did any of you hear anything? I failed, unfortunately, to.
You're a bit obvious with it.
Yeah, no.
Does anyone know what the Crimson Pendant is?
The Crimson Pendant?
Yeah.
It would be pennant.
Pennant.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
Pennant.
It's very simple.
Because they're air pirates.
I would say, I'm going to go ahead and say if any of you have been keeping up with the news, you might have heard this name. They're very sensationalized. So, often a penny novel published about the exploits.
Is that what
of-
they were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the fact that he said it was a sea vessel and it wasn't makes me a little concerned about our safety, possibly. So.
Kenji actually speaks up. He says, I think we should investigate, at least catch a glimpse of what it looks like. To
I-
confirm.
I agree. I don't exactly like putting my neck out or have someone protect my back when I don't know exactly what they're protecting me from.
Well, I suppose gathering more information would be helpful, so we should go take a look.
I'm just curious.
Right.
Emil?
It's eating me up.
I suppose if everyone's going, what goes one?
It'll be an adventure, all right.
That's what I'm here for, apparently.
Alright, where are you guys heading?
We're gonna like,
Peek our heads out the door and see what we can see.
Yeah.
who is?
Wait, all 5 of you at the same time?
Imagining like a
Options.
Scooby-Doo
The
scene.
heads.
You all can go outside to the deck. You'll probably be seen by the captain and the first mate then. Other options, you could go to the bridge and hope that no one else is there. I guess you could go out the back way too. Yeah, you guys will have to guess basically to see which one you think the captain.
Well, is anybody here good at being unseen by people?
I just kind of do this. I don't know.
Obviously not John.
Okay.
Kenji,
Hmm.
you much of a, I don't want to say it so crassly, but a skulker?
No, I do not skulk. Not at all.
Can I see if he's lying?
Sure, yeah.
What cook isn't a skulker?
Well, this is the guy that was at the table with us.
Yeah. Brimble is still cooking. Don't know what, probably making more meals for the next shift of dinner.
We could ask the cook as well.
I mean, we could, but I'm not sure he'd be on our side.
We can persuade him.
Some of us are very good at that.
Did you want to make that check?
Yeah.
Study, and whatever
I
style.
could. I'm kind of fast. So
I'll study carefully again because I don't
This is
really want
sneaky.
I'll
it
just dash
to know
it.
that I'm paying attention.
Alright. Difficulty is 1.
Well, I got 1 success.
Okay. Yeah, he's not a sneaker. A skulker. Yeah, he is being completely honest with you right now about that. Perhaps we could go to the back of the ship. They'll probably go to the front to do their examination.
Sure, we can skirt around, I suppose.
Alright. So you all head out that way. It's actually pretty easy. Brimble doesn't notice you one bit. Again, occupied. But you all you don't exactly sneak. You just go out the back door towards the stern of the ship. And it takes a little while to actually notice it because the view is somewhat obscured. So basically, you're here on the boat and you're on the back of it. Airship would be about right here, which is a little interrupted by the view of the, I guess, conning tower would be the term. Just that section of the boat that you all were just in. But it's definitely an airship. I won't waste your time with a check to see that you do see a crimson pennant on it, a particular kind of flag that is waving from it. I will make a check. Can you all go ahead and make a study check for me, please?
Should I do it
I
cleverly?
I will say this is a carefully check, so you must use carefully stop. Difficulty is 1.
I got 2.
Okay, you get momentum.
Love that.
Technically, everybody gets momentum, so you can put that in a momentum pool. Anybody can use that.
I got 1 success.
So you can just go ahead and scooch that, or scooch a d20 to the front, or just keep track of it.
We'll put the chonk right here in the middle.
There you go. Okay, there's your momentum dice.
Kind of a majestic.
So,
momentum
any
die.
failures? Did anybody get 2 failures?
I got
I
one
think
failure.
I probably got 2 failures. Yeah.
Oh, you.
What did you
What,
roll?
have you done it?
Yes, I rolled. So
Okay,
it's
what'd you get?
higher. It was not. Or I think it was like 16 and 12 or something.
Okay.
So.
Well, most of you actually see. Oh, hey, when did the paper fall off?
A long time ago.
Oh, have I been that oblivious? You see that symbol right on there. So that's the symbol you guys see. You all, if any of you are familiar with the Crimson Pennant, you would recognize that this kind of sword thing with the scythe attached to it. I'm forgetting the name of that actual kind of sword, but that is the symbol of the Crimson Pennant. It has variations, kind of like the skull and crossbones and our piracy things. That it's not always just skull and crossbones. Sometimes it's a skeleton holding a dagger or something like that. So with this thing, sometimes you see a hand holding it. Sometimes it's just there's 2 of them crossed. This one is a bit strange though. So it has those extra markings on it. Oh, I was so ready for the dramatic reveal, but oh well.
It
So
was
you all do
dramatic.
see that.
Dramatic what it was, not that it was.
Yeah, there you go. So that is the symbol that you all see.
So can we see anything like going on with the pirates? What are they doing at this point?
So the ship is rapidly approaching, and you do see plenty of crew on the deck of the airship itself. The airship is, let's see how to describe this thing. Unlike the Maple's Cruel, it is almost black, I suppose. It has this singular rectangular structure in the middle, and on the sides of the ship you see these, I guess trusses would be the word, metal supports used for docking, that sort of thing. No one's on the trusses, of course, they're literally just supports. But you all could see some firing ports at the side where there are guns. And you would see 2 deck guns as well on the deck. It is getting extremely close, and you actually see as one of the deck guns just fires out this harpoon with a cable attached to it that sticks into the deck of the Maple's Cruel, right on the aft, very front of the ship. You see the second one go off again, and another cable attaches to the ship. And pirates are continuing to get closer with the ship itself, getting closer and closer. What are you guys doing?
Do you think they know how to deal with this?
No. I run off towards where the captain is, or where I think the captain is.
To, like-
Probably
Alright.
the big structure to like, or
Should
where
we go
like the
after
bridge would be, and that's like
Mhm.
the steering stuff. So
No,
I'm probably
no.
heading.
If you're heading to the bridge,
Really
I'll go ahead and tell you the captain is not there.
Okay.
If you do go up there, you do see the first mate up there.
Okay.
All I know is
So I
I don't know
say,
what to do with a sword.
What are you doing here?
Hi. So there's pirates. I know how to fight.
We know there's pirates that just go back to the galley. They don't want anything with us. We're small fry. There's
They
nothing.
shot us with our harpoon. I feel like they kind of want
Right.
something.
They're boarding. It's I don't know.
Listen, if there's just, you throw me out there, I die, you don't pay me for this little nice little voyage. Wait, I don't pay,
You
I've
paid for
already
this
paid-
trip.
Yeah, well, you get there slightly faster, because there's less weight.
Listen, we don't have anything of value on this ship. They're gonna come on board. We're gonna give them what we have in the safe here. And she points underneath the steering wheel, and you do see a safe. And they'll probably be on their way. We're mostly just hauling mail.
Okay, let me know if anything goes down.
What's that?
Let me know if you need my help. I just kind of start
Just
walking
go
over.
back to the guest quarters. And you can see from the position of the bridge, this glass around, and you can just see the captain just standing right on the deck, just, I guess, ready to negotiate with the pirates. What are the rest of you doing?
I suggest we go back inside and wait for whatever is going on to be over.
Well, shouldn't we go get Sebastian first? I feel like he probably shouldn't be out there.
I would have. I'd be inclined to agree. He does seem rather childlike and
A little
incapable of taking care of himself as an adult.
It's a bit of a blunt way of putting it.
Let's go.
So it's actually quite easy. You were leaving the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So you guys head back into the conning tower, and right above you, you just see Sebastian heading down the stairs. So there you go. You found him.
Hi.
Did you?
So basically,
Stop
they're
it.
just gonna give them all the money, and then we'll be good. So I'm gonna hide in case like they want slaves or something.
Did you say there's money on board?
Oh yeah, there's like a safe, like.
Huh?
Where did you say this was?
Oh, it's like under. I kind of look at him and like give like a look, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like under the. Where did I see it? Under like.
Right underneath the steering wheel, actually.
Right underneath the steering wheel. There's like the first mate there though, so I mean, you would have to like I don't know, get someone to like move her or something.
Well, we should probably at least watch.
Yeah. Yes. We should definitely. We should go up and keep an eye on things just to make sure that they're.
Nothing goes south.
Nothing goes south. I'll tell you what. I can go up to the bridge, and guard the safe with the first mate, and you all can take up different positions. To.
I thought the plan was to, this is Genji, just give them the contents of the safe.
Right.
Yes, but in case things go south, in case they decide to, do what they do in the old stories and kill the captain after they get the money and whatever, just to protect the captain, make sure nothing goes
Well,
south.
why don't we have Sebastian up there then?
Are any of you armed?
I am.
Sort of.
Okay. Knives?
Yes.
Okay, can I ask what you're armed with?
And you probably noticed this. He has like a sturdy sword at his side.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yep.
he also has a switchblade somewhere.
Right, yes. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that should be enough. All right, let's. I guess this is the best idea. Onwards and upwards, I guess. And he'll just take up the rear of the group that you guys are going. What is the order that you all are going up the tower?
I think.
You can go first, and I'll follow.
You seem like you can handle yourself.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
So I go first. Basically. Yeah.
All right, next.
Sure.
I want to know full order.
I
Okay,
can go
second,
ahead.
third.
Bring up the rear.
Okay, bringing up the rear. All right. So, by the time you guys are going out, you can hear shouts from the aft. By the time you come up to the bridge, you can see people actually just climbing down the cables. The pirates, not armed like 1700s Pirates of the Caribbean pirates. They honestly just look like the same sailors that you're on board with. Some of them do have what looks like just a cuirass, I guess, just covering their chest piece, that sort of thing. Almost all of them are armed. You can see a lot of them do have pistols. But they're actually climbing down the cables with these special gloves that have this. It's a device that has a hole on it, and every time they close their hands, it's almost got a claw in it as well. It closes around the cable just to keep a very firm grip as they're climbing down the cables. You can see one of them already talking to the captain. He looks like the person talking to the captain right now has greasy, curly black hair, stubble on his pronounced jaw. You can see, almost similar to John, he has a uniform that looks to have seen his fair share of conflicts. You can see he has a peaked cap on his head with a distinct light blue coloring on it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I was thinking about giving you guys a check, but decided against it.
There's knowledge we don't have.
Okay, do you guys want extra tidbit of knowledge that's not really that important to anything?
Oh, okay.
It would just be a check to find out what nation the uniform was from, but I'll leave it at that. So, you see him talking to the captain. Once you all enter the bridge, the first mate just says, "What are you doing up here? Go back down to the crew quarters."
We're just here to help if we need it, or if you need it.
"There's a perfectly competent crew that is able of doing that. Go back down to the quarters."
I mean, a great, splendid job they're doing of that right now.
I go over and look outside there's like windows, right?
Yes, that's
So
right.
I look down and I start like counting the people that are down.
Okay.
The attacking.
Yep, so there are currently about 4 pirates on board the deck right now, but they just keep coming down the cables. There's probably like 4 of them on the cables right now, and you can see some more ready to climb down from the vessel itself.
We're not trying to cause any trouble. We just want to keep an eye out on things. Our safety's in line too, you know?
All right, fine, but if you get shot, that's on you.
Sure.
And just saying, the crew is stationed where it matters. We're doing exactly what we need to be doing right now. Which is a strange statement because the first mate is the only crew member actually up here at the time. I mean, I guess there's Brimble down in the galley, but there's about 20 crew members of the ship that you are not seeing right now.
Get the implication.
Okay, yeah.
It's interesting.
So you all are looking down over the pirates and the captain talking to them. This pirate captain seems to be pretty formal. He has his hands behind his back. He's talking to Captain Poppin. And then you see Captain Poppin just point back towards the conning tower. The pirate captain just brushes right past him, and some of his men follow him and head towards the conning tower. I'm going to go ahead and ask you all to make a brief stealth check to kind of remain out of sight. The bridge is fairly visible. You can see who's in it.
Does that like move quietly?
You know what? I'm going to say it's a survive quietly. You're not really moving
Ah.
unless you
Could I
want to.
argue for survive cleverly, picking a good hiding spot?
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Epic.
I'll do that as well.
Yeah, if it's cleverly, you can do it. We'll not let you do boldly or forcefully or swiftly.
I'm going
Yeah,
in
it's
cleverly
really-
as well.
And what is the difficulty?
Difficulty will just be another one. Let's set it at 2.
Okay. I'm good.
I got a 20 and an 18.
Okay.
I got a 19 and an 8.
Oh
A
no.
19 and an 8.
Two
I think-
successes.
Which
Am I
he's not
modifiers?
necessarily
So-
great
How
at
do
stealth
these
because like he
modifiers?
has a cane.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna add
Hold on.
your skill, survive, and then your style, which you said cleverly, and you're gonna add those together. Like 2 makes a 6 and a 5, so it'll be 11 total.
Okay.
And then if you have anything that kind of works for that in terms of focuses, you might be able to add that if you ask Spencer.
Okay.
Also, Kenji just made the check, and he did not pass. He is standing up. He does not get the whole memo about hiding. But 2 of you do hide.
Yes.
I will introduce as the complication with 20 is the pirate captain sees the people on the bridge, and you know what? You guys, he turns back towards the Captain Poppin and says something to him, but you guys can't really hear it right now. You are indoors, but you can see his men coming towards the conning tower. I'm trying to figure out what to do about you two hidden folks.
We'll just watch for now and
Okay,
tell
alright.
you when we're
Am I
going to do
hidden?
something.
I rolled an 8.
Yes, so one success?
Yes, one
Okay,
success.
alright, so you both do successfully hide. On the outside of the bridge, there's an observation deck, and if you go kind of backwards on that, there is a somewhat secluded area.
Wait, I'm
that
sorry,
you
was
will
that
scramble to.
was that a 1 or a 2 that you had to roll to?
That was a 2.
Oh, nice.
Okay, yep,
I just want to make sure if I was getting momentum. That
yep,
like,
sorry.
we could put that in the middle.
So,
So you needed 2 to hide, so I failed.
that is correct.
So I failed.
I will say that you start heading the right direction, but
Did
I guess
Sebastian
that.
succeed?
Hmm.
Okay.
Been lucky.
Fortunately, Heisel is the only successful
Oh
hider
no,
here.
Sebastian did too.
Oh, he did? Didn't you roll a 20?
Oh,
No, that
I
was-
rolled
that was a
two-
meal.
A 2 and a
Oh, that
3.
was a meal.
A
Okay,
2 and
yeah.
a 3.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
What roll?
Okay, yeah, okay. Awesome. So Sebastian and Heisel pick that spot, while the rest of you, maybe one of you tries to like hide behind the steering wheel. The first mate just sighs. You're just like hiding in plain sight, like just me down here. Others don't even get the message about hiding. Kenji is just staying there. I imagine Emil might not scramble too much. You know, he wouldn't move around too much. You can hear from the stairwell a voice say, "Drop your weapons on the ground now."
I lean over to Hazel and say, "Hi, by the way, I'm Sam." Sam.
Weird time for introductions, but all right. I'm Heisel Cohen. Nice to meet you
I
too.
tossed 2 knives to the ground.
2
Alright.
out of how many?
And slowly but surely, you can see some of the pirate crew coming into the bridge. They are all pointing weapons around. You can see most of them just have pistols. A couple have these blunt weapons, almost batons. And you can see one of them, a pretty beefy guy with a single-barreled shotgun, come into the room. Captain, the pirate captain is in there as well with his long military coat and peaked cap. And of course a pistol, and he says, "You're a smart one, aren't you? All right. Let's see who we have here. You can lower your hands, I get the message. All right. You." And he points to Kenji. And Kenji is standing there, almost somewhat resolutely, with his hand on the pommel of his cutlass. You can see that this captain is also armed with a distinct sword himself. He has a... Oh, come on, where is it? I know I have these. Oh, well. He has a unique sword. I believe it is a rapier, actually. But you see him with that. And Kenji's just standing there. And the pirate captain just says to him, "You know, you weren't too hard to find. Now give it to me." Kenji is going to make attack.
I peek over, probably just.
We do
I'm
like the
probably.
Scooby-Doo
I'm guessing
door
I'm like
thing again.
listening.
What's that? The
I'm
Scooby-Doo
guessing-
thing?
I'm guessing I'm like
Scooby-Doo door
listening to it.
I won't give you all a check.
So I kind of look over because I'm
It
like.
is not hard. The captain is, the pirate captain is not hiding his speech at all, so you all can hear
Mhm.
that sort of discussion right there.
What do you think Kenji's hiding?
How many pirates are there?
There are currently
Check the game out.
5 of them in the room, counting the captain.
I'll watch.
Okay. Kenji does succeed in drawing his sword forth and bringing it down in an attack, but fortunately it only grazes the pirate captain. Did definitely hit him though. Before that happens, you can just see the pirate captain. Response. Okay. You see him just completely deck Kenji, just with a fist, refusing to even draw his sword, not wasting it on this 20-something-year-old kid, basically. No offense to any of you if you're 20. So, Kenji's just leaning down over the ground. You can see him just cough out a little blood from that blow right there. And he just says to the captain, You really think I'd just put it on my person? I'm not that stupid. All right then, says the captain, as he basically points at the guy with the shotgun and just brings him over here and just says, all right, we're gonna take Mr. Kenji on a long walk of the ship, and we are gonna find it. Or he's going to come out of this with no knees, no elbows, and no life. Is that clear? Kenji does not respond. But
Begging your pardon, but might I ask what it is you're looking for? Maybe I can help.
And you just see him crane his neck over to you after addressing Kenji. You know what? I was going to just insult you and maybe kill you, soldier boy. But if you've got something that can help us and make this a whole lot easier, we could make it worth your while. Our friend here has a very precious and valuable void artifact. Small, like a dagger.
You know, I may have seen such an artifact over at the other end of the ship. I believe down the hallway at the very end of the ship, there was a compartment of some kind that I saw him interacting with. Do I have to roll deception for this?
Yes, you do. Definitely.
Ooh.
Here we go.
All right. Difficulty and
Full 2.
full 2 and
Use the momentum.
which
Okay, I was not aware that you guys have momentum. This would be a 3.
What?
Yeah, this is a hard thing to do.
Rude.
okay.
So I didn't want to spring a 3 check on you when you guys don't have. Oh wait, no, I forgot about void points and whatnot. You all do have void points to add dice to any checks if you want to. So this is gonna be a 3. This is
Well,
difficult
first of all,
to
go
make.
ahead and
also
use that
use-
momentum from the center of the table.
We could also use chaos to buy dice, right?
That is
You can
correct.
also help
Yes.
him.
I'm going. Wait, how many do I have void
I'm
points?
hidden right now, so I
You have
probably
1
won't
void
need
point
that.
currently.
I'm going to use.
You get 1 per session.
All right.
Now's the time.
Do I use skills here?
Yes.
So I'll use talk cleverly
Mhm.
with my deception.
Go for
so
it.
That's 3, 5. That's 11.
Okay.
Total.
Gotcha.
So-
Yep. So you need 3 successes to pull this off.
Okay. No.
No successes.
No successes.
None?
Oh no, it's like a 13, 14, 15, 16 or something.
Yes, that was bad.
Oh wow. Oh no.
No.
Okay. All right. 4 failures. Were there any natural 20s in there?
No.
No.
Okay, that's good. It could have been worse. All right.
I mean, I never said I saw the dagger itself.
That's right. That's fair. You did say that he was just interacting. We don't need your help. Don't want to buy that trash anyways. There is a pirate behind you. They've all kind of surrounded you all in the bridge. So one of them is going to make just a non-lethal attack. He's just going to pistol whip you basically, but I gotta see if that actually hits.
Is there any way down from the observation tower where Sebastian and I are hiding?
So there's more than one way. One of them is the stairwell that the doorway that a pirate is currently guarding.
Well, is there any way to go down without getting seen?
You could without getting seen. You all are still on the outward area, right?
Right.
You never
We're
go
still
down.
hidden at this point.
Yes.
Sebastian and I.
So if you all do want to climb downwards, I would make you make a check to actually climb. It is quite possible. There's another full observation deck directly beneath the one you're currently on. So
Sebastian, I think I might be able to help. Can you help me down?
Yeah. So I help.
all right, yes.
I'll
so
go down
this
with
is I will say this is a 2d20 check. But if you're helping, you get an extra d20.
And we'll do this one.
Mhm.
And how many successes? 2?
2.
Okay, so that's gonna be. Can I do survive? Can I argue survive?
Give me a second.
It's move sounds more natural, but
Yeah, this is a move check. I'm
Okay,
sorry. It's gotta be. Well, you know what? The ability to handle and navigate the perils of your world.
navigate sounds very much like what I'm
This
doing
is
right
a
now.
perilous situation.
It is because I might get spotted by pirates who would want to get me.
All right, I'll let you do survive.
And can I
Alright, make
survive
your
cleverly by carefully selecting the? Oh no, I used another
No.
adjective.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I kind of walked
new
myself
table
into that
rule.
one.
If you're describing a style and you use another style to describe it, the cell just fails. So nope,
Okay.
you've got to carefully do this.
Fair enough. That's
Can I use my resolve?
Ooh, remind me about what resolve is. I don't even know.
resolve is one of my focuses.
Mhm.
I'm just very good at putting in the extra mile when it counts.
All right, since I didn't give you cleverly, I'll grant you this one.
Nice.
Resolve.
Okay. So that is 3 and a 4 and a 6. So 13. And I gotta get 2 successes. I have got 2 successes.
There you go. Okay, so without any sort of hesitancy, you are resolved to do this. You see Sebastian basically holds on to you to make sure that you don't completely fall off and somewhat lowers you just a little bit. It's actually quite an easy grip to grab onto one of the handlebars of the railing of the second deck, and you're down there.
Well, since Emil fixed the device,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back down to my quarters while they're
Okay.
having this conversation.
All right. I'm going to make you make another sneak check if you're doing that.
Another one.
That's because there's a pirate literally guarding this floor.
Oh.
So they're not all
Oh,
there.
no.
There are currently 20 pirates on board this ship right now, spread out.
Oh no. Okay. Well. Sure. Okay. I'll make
Okay.
another sneak check.
This is going to need to be quietly
That's fair enough.
and move. It is a move quietly check.
And is it gonna? What's the difficulty?
I'll give it a 1. He is going from room to room, just examining what's going on in the personal rooms. But he is checking the rooms. He's making patrol rounds, basically. So he will probably check your room.
I am. How long is it taking him to do that? 'Cause I can always wait till
He's
it's
kind
done.
of idly doing this. He's not caring about this too much. So
Sure.
he's basically just looking in a room, 3 seconds, stepping out.
Well, I'll do the good old Dishonored technique of following the guy's route.
There you go. All right, it does not take that long. He goes through it. All right.
This. That's not a success. That's 2 failures right there.
Are there any 20s?
There are no 20s. There's an 11 and a 16.
Okay. So the guard does look up.
Unless my resolve can count.
No. Sorry.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
figured.
stealth check, 100%. Oi there! What are you doing?
Well, I'm just going back to my room to grab something.
What are you grabbing?
Just, well, see, I feel a little unsafe right now. So I wanted to grab my knife.
You mean my knife? Take it to me.
What?
Give me a knife.
Well, I'd have to find it in my room.
Well, find it.
Can
You're
I
being
hear
very
this?
uncivil.
What's that?
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you do. There's an open door leading to the crew quarters on the outside. So.
And she kind of gets a little louder as she says, "Well, let's go into my room then." And kind of like it's a bit of a verbal nudge, like
I'm going into my room now.
you're going into my room now.
I will say that at this time, the pirate captain and the Kenji and the bruiser with the shotgun are leaving.
I'm following.
Well,
I
I'm
just got
sure
pistol
it's,
whipped.
You're following them?
Yeah. If
Okay.
anyone questions me, then I'll.
I am about to be pistol whipped as well.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
I was
sorry,
sidetracked with that.
Just a
That was
scene
your
break
concept.
in the middle of it, like. And then just for half a second,
And like come back
and then it goes to another scene again.
Here's a fun thing. I actually don't roll attacks. You roll to survive, basically.
Oh.
So go ahead and make this guy. It's not a very big attack. So go ahead and make a survive and whatever kind of adjective you could just give to this. Difficulty of 1, so it's not that bad.
Alright, so I'm cleverly going to try to move my head in the direction of the blow to reduce the impact.
There you go. Yeah.
And,
Smart.
Yeah. That is 2 fails.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this the pirate did catch you turning around and catching it, so or looking back for the blow. So he does kind of fake you out and just whacks you on the other side of the face. So you go ahead and take 1 stress point.
All right. I have not succeeded in one roll so far.
Good.
Just a question so that I don't kill you guys. What's your total stress?
6.
6. Okay, yeah,
For me.
that's
It's your survive,
Yeah.
so mine's 4.
okay. All right, so that makes sense. So 1 point
Imagine
down.
That's the range, honestly. Between 4 and 6 would be the
Probably,
range.
yeah. I mean, at this point,
for all of us.
yeah.
Right. And that was a pretty heavy attack right there. Okay.
And so like our total stress is like 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, your total stress is 4?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. Heisel?
Well, see, I usually keep it under my pillow. but-
Wait, no, I meant what's your stress track?
Oh, 6.
Okay, wow. Some of you are better at surviving than others.
Yes.
All right. I was going to ask one. Oh yeah, those of you in the bridge do actually see that the captain has a shotgun. Literally, not the pirate captain, Captain Poppin has a shotgun hung on the far wall behind the steering wheel. None of the pirates have bothered to grab it. They must have assumed that it was decorative. It's not. There's a shotgun.
Good to know.
Single barreled, so 1 shot per turn. But if you get it, just forgot to include that minor detail. You were trying to follow the group down, weren't you?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make a move cleverly check. Or quietly. But I can see cleverly.
I'm gonna do cleverly. 17 and a 16, so nope.
Okay. So you all, surprisingly, the pirate captain does not notice you. That being said, there is still a pirate guarding the door. So they start heading down the conning tower, and you just see a pirate just standing in your way, just go, get back in the bridge.
Am I still am I still conscious and everything?
You are still conscious, that is correct.
The shotgun
it's smart,
is in the
but
bridge.
that's correct.
Well, I make my way over to the shotgun as he is interacting with the one pirate.
Okay, all right. I will say,
I
let's
was
see, 2 pirates right now.
trying to
So
do
there are a
this.
total of 3 pirates.
Less
One guarding the
violence.
door, 1 by the steering wheel, I'll say,
Okay.
and another by,
Oh boy.
probably by that outcropping where Sebastian is. Has not noticed you guys yet, though. So 2
Nice.
pirates in the bridge, 1 near the door.
I scream out the window, "Look, the airship is on fire." Buy myself some time to go get it.
All right. You know what? You get an extra dice for that because you're selling multiple things. They're already distracted with that whole interaction with Emil, and you've got a deception check. I'll say the difficulty is it's 1. It's a distraction. That's it. They don't believe that there are any threats in this room, save for the knives on the floor, and they don't think you'll do that too much damage with that.
All right, so this would be talk, cleverly, deceive.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So that would be 6, 11, 14. I succeeded in 1.
There you go. It works. So, I guess the guards have, or the pirates have kind of decided that you're not much of a threat. And so, one of them standing near the steering wheel goes, "Whoa, really?" and looks out the window. The airship is not on fire, though. I will go ahead and say that because of the distraction check, you quite easily just grab the shotgun off the wall. Hopefully, it's loaded.
All right, I turn around and I tell all the other pirates to get down or to put their hands in the air and drop their weapons.
Okay, you have a shotgun. They do not. They are convinced that it is decorative, though.
Can I roll an intimidation check?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Is that a skill? A focus, I guess?
And that's a focus that I have.
Yep.
So,
If there's any focus that is not listed on the list that you want to say, if you've got like a particular flair for, I don't know, specifically using guns for intimidation checks or something as specific as that, you can just ask me if you want it and you can take it. So,
all right, what's the difficulty?
difficulty for this intimidation check will probably be 2.
All right, I have to get 14. I missed 1.
Okay, so 1 success. I will go ahead and say that is a partial success. One of the pirates, seemingly a not very smart one, You were saying get down on the ground, right? Or
Well, I was saying put your hands in the air, drop your weapon.
right, yeah. I will say one pirate does put his hands in the air, but still keeps the gun with him. He's still holding it, so that person is kind of unready. But two of the pirates in the room did not buy that and are currently drawing their weapons. I would like to know everybody in the room right now, including Sebastian, unless you wanted to sneak down to Heisel.
I've probably been listening to these two things, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay here. I gotta help these guys.
Okay.
No, I'm like, he's gonna need my help.
Before we do this,
Things are
I am
going
going to take a
wrong
little
over
break. I
here.
need to use the restroom, so we will be back in just a bit.
Cool.
All right. Welcome back. We are going back to our To the West Dishonored RPG stream. Last we left, our heroes were in a bridge, trying to fight off some pirates. Keyword on trying. We'll see what happens with that. So, speaking of that conflict, there is no initiative roll or anything in this, so before we begin the fight, I'm going to go ahead and figure out who's prepared. John is going first. He has the weapon drawn. It makes sense. What is your all's quickly score?
Swiftly?
Swiftly, sorry. Yeah.
5.
5?
4.
4? Oh, you're not here.
I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm down in my quarters.
Okay, so you will be second, you will be third, and now I have to put the bad guys in the.
How
first
prepared
name.
are they?
Yeah. Give me a second. Where are my notes? There they are. Okay. Skill. Ooh. Okay. Pretty much all of the pirates, except for the one that has his hand in the air still with his pistol, are going to go immediately after Sebastian. So you're our last. Sorry about that. Okay.
It's fine.
John,
Like-
what are you doing?
I point my gun at the nearest pirate drawing his weapon, and I pull the trigger.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. That's just a 2d20 check with whatever style and skill you can argue. So
Thanks for getting
fight.
silent.
Fight, I'm quite boldly just.
It's a
going for
shotgun.
it.
It's a bold weapon. Good point.
And
Yep, yep.
That's all I
Bold
can do.
choice. Shotgun.
Yes. That is a 9 and a 13.
Okay, so that is one success. That is all it takes. You are basically point blank range with this pirate. You pull the trigger, and something really does come out. There, it was indeed loaded. So you can just see the muzzle flash emerge in this massive boom as you can just see the pirate just collapse into the wall and crumple down to the ground. So that is one down. I will say the one by the
Nice
steering wheel
roll.
is the one that had his hands in the air. So the one that is currently entering the bridge from the hallway area is coming in right now, and he is armed. So, Sebastian?
I probably run around. Basically, I run around to basically get the guy. Probably the guy who's guarding
Okay.
the door, or
So-
kind of the person that's close outside, and probably
So-
they're like freak out that, and so I'm gonna try and.
Okay, I will say what you can do is the bridge is the basically top deck of the conning tower. So if you want, running around is a little hard. So basically, that's the interior of the bridge, steering wheel. Dead pirate. This is the sort of observation deck you were on. So that's right here. Out to this side is the other observation deck, and this would be the door right here. So the pirate is like right here. So what I'm thinking, options you've got is going through the room or above. So since this is the top floor, basically, you can climb on the outside of it and
I
attack that
go
way.
above.
You go above.
And can I
Alright.
use acrobatics? With
Yes, that is acrobatics.
So, and this would be move.
Mm-hmm.
Move.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have to give you 2 checks. Because one will be actually moving and one will be fighting. You have your weapon drawn, right? Your sword?
I pull out my probably switchblade.
Okay, your switchblade. Alright, so go ahead and make that move check.
Okay. So,
Difficulty?
swiftly.
Give it 1. Yeah, swiftly, definitely.
Okay. All right. So let me see. So I got 1. I got 6, and let me see.
Ooh, a 1 and a
move.
6?
No,
No, I got 6.
You
Let's
got a
see.
6.
6.
one success, which
One
was
of-
a 6.
Okay,
11.
gotcha.
That was an
And then I
18.
had, okay. Yeah. So 1 success.
Alright, so you climb. It's pretty easy to actually pull yourself up. You feel your feet on this top part of the ship. Nobody ever really goes to this part. It's wet, it's pretty dirty. But just as soon as you're on it, you're off it. Jumping off. And I will say with that check, that was a success. I am going to ask you to make another roll to attack. But I will say, you land on the guy immediately. So he's on the ground, but so you pin him down to the ground. You all would see as this figure jumps down. You all knew Sebastian was hiding. John, Emil, go ahead and make a study check, actually.
Just inclusive.
We'll get there.
No.
It's on his mind. It's on his mind.
I'm
Cleverly
missing
study
something,
check.
like-
Oh yeah, and I'm like,
Alright.
I'm like kind of counting. I'm like thinking
I
like,
fail.
okay, we need to do this
Well, I
fast.
get a 19.
It is only
okay, Hassan's got other ideas.
one success needed, but
I got a 1917.
okay. Both
I got a
failures.
success and a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, natural 20 rules are weird. A complication. Congratulations, you rolled it at a good time. There is no complication.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you complications when it's checks
If
that
it's
actually
something like
matter.
me, could
This
I-
is just an
No.
there's not gonna be any negative perception. So.
If
You would see, actually, I'll go ahead and say both of you see, it's quite easy to see what's on Sebastian's face. You can recognize it. Oh, it's Sebastian. He's also wearing a mask.
Oh.
Emil, you would recognize it immediately. Oh, this is like Corvo Atano's mask. That is Lord Protector of the monarchy for the longest time. For a brief time, he ran around the Isles killing people to save his daughter.
Exciting.
So it looks quite reminiscent of it, but
It's like
it's also original.
Ooh.
So that is his own mask.
and I think it's like kind of copper feel. Or
Cool.
look to it.
Give me just a second. I need my
Scarf, mask, color coordination, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Love
it's like
that.
most of his outfit's like brown.
It's very
Brown
aesthetic.
and just
Yeah.
kind of ratty dirty.
Intimidating.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so you land on this guy. Go ahead and make that fight roll.
I probably just go to like
Oh,
I land
punch
on
him?
and just bam. So I'm
Okay,
probably
all
going
right.
for
Non-lethal.
I'm going for lethal.
Okay, all right. What are you trying to do? Just punch the guy? Strangle him?
I'm trying to like punch his head so hard that he's out. or
You do
has
have the
bad-
padding on your gloves, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. You've got this guy pinned, so difficulty is 1.
Alright, could I use brawling?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so attack, and then I'm swiftly or forcefully.
Either or, whichever
I'll go
one suits your
swiftly.
needs.
I have one a little bit better, so. Alright, that is, and let me see. So. Okay, so one.
One success?
Yes.
All right, awesome. That's good enough. So, just as soon as you land on top of this guy, you swiftly deliver that blow. He's out. I will say, Levi, you can back me up. You know about this sort of thing. Josh as well. You probably know a little bit about how deadly blows can be. I don't think this. Do you think a punch like that could seriously kill a person?
If he's on the
Depends on the
ground
person.
and if you're punching him in the face and punching his head
Right,
into the
yeah.
ground,
Yeah, if
that
there's-
could cause enough brain trauma to at least put
There's
him out of the fight.
nowhere for the head
Okay,
to go.
yeah, because I knew
way worse.
he'd definitely be unconscious and out of the fight. But I'm like, would he be
It
dead?
could-
You could be knocked out for a
Serious brain
little
injury.
while.
That's for sure. Okay. All right.
If you're knocked out for
coma.
any like serious amount of time, it's got serious brain damage too.
that's a fun implication in the Dishonored universe. I will go. In the games, it's kind of an option to be lethal or non-lethal, but to non-lethally eliminate someone, you just stranglehold them until they run out of air and they just pass out. Which I
It's very
imagine.
satisfying.
And
It's-
someone like did the like erase the person's mind, so put them in a coma, basically.
Oh, that's
So,
right. Yeah, that.
Technically,
I've done that too.
I'm non-lethal.
Yeah, the
I'm a good
non-lethal.
person. I don't kill people. I just ruin their brains forever.
Yeah, the
So
non-
cheerfully.
It gets worse. There's
Nice.
oh my word. There's a lady you
Yes.
need
Yeah.
to knock off basically, and the
This
way
is-
that. What's that?
This is maybe a story for after.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
yeah. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Lady Boyle's last party, a story for another time. All
an
right.
interesting
Anyways,
story.
so
Mind
he is
you.
out.
Sounds like it.
All right. So there is one left, and he is currently drawing his pistol towards the guy with the shotgun. But
Which guy's left?
the guy by the steering wheel, the person that raised his hands up. So he is the only one on the bridge right now.
So the guy next to me is already gone. Or that was near me?
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, he is dead. Very dead.
Okay.
That's right.
That's
So,
convenient.
first mate is actually going to react. Give me a second to add up her skills. Ooh, okay. So she had actually, instead of putting her weapon on the ground, put it just on level on, there's like a navigation table that has some maps on it, so that she didn't have to bend down to grab her pistol. It was just right out in front of her. She draws that pretty quickly, points it at the attacker, complete mess. Ricochets right next to him and just bounces. Thankfully, it doesn't hit any of you though, but that is
I
a
yell,
miss.
watch it.
Alright, okay. Our last attacker is unfortunately going to make an attack against you, John. So go ahead and make a survive roll for me.
Oh, great.
I will say this is going to be a 2 to miss, but if you get just 1 success, I will negate the damage somewhat. So this is going to be 2 damage if it is full on, and
Alright.
1 if it,
If you get a single success.
yeah.
Can I cleverly, like, toss my shotgun in his direction for a bit of
Yes,
protection?
great idea. Yep,
Uh,
shotgun coming his way. And that thing is pretty heavy.
yeah.
It's not like sawn off or anything. It's a full-on shotgun.
Right. Oh, 1 success.
Okay, all
It's
right.
good.
Better than none.
So, does catch him a little bit off guard. He was aiming for the head, but with the shotgun, he does duck a little bit, but still pulls a shot off. Does hit you in the shoulder, so that is going to be 1 extra damage as well. You now have a bullet wound, so there is that. Another reminder, just a little rules thing to give you guys. If you are about to take damage that is that you're a little worried about, that it might push you over the edge of death, you can tell me to take that as a grievous injury. That's going to be something that affects you for the rest of the game. So that's a rare thing to pull off, like, hey, I'm really worried about this attack. I don't know if it'll hit or not, so I'd like to take this as a grievous injury if it hits. And I won't kill you, but that will be something that
That's
is
interesting.
in effect for the rest of the game. All right.
You can
Right,
do it
shot
and
the
eventually
shoulder.
you have no arms, no legs. People just carry you around.
You're
Okay,
like
ahead.
really good
Hi.
charisma check.
All right, John, it's
Like a
actually
head
your
jar.
turn again, so you get to go. So, I guess immediately reacting from this bullet wound. Unfortunately, the single shotgun, you do have to reload it every other round. It's only 1 bullet. You also don't have any other bullets.
I also threw the shotgun.
You also threw the shotgun. That's right.
No
I
So-
pulled,
shotgun,
I
no
pulled
bullets,
another
it's
knife
not
out of my
loaded.
sleeve, and which shoulder am I injured in?
That'll be your left shoulder.
Alright, so I pull a knife out of my left sleeve
Mhm.
with my right hand, and I lunge at him and attack him.
Okay. All right. He's pretty close, so it's very easy to get there. I'll just have you go ahead and make an attack roll.
I knew
It's
those weren't all
it's
your
it's
knives.
pretty.
Knives.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy check. Just 1 difficulty. Any sort
Alright.
of fight check you want to
Alright.
make.
I'm going to use fight boldly, because that's a pretty bold move, and I'm going to use brawling.
All right.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. Just curious. What was the difficulty? Or I mean, like the number that you had to get under.
11,
Okay. And what numbers did you roll?
7, and 8.
Okay, all right, you're good. I basically the reason I'm asking that is that you might not have the brawling focus there. I don't know if there's a knives focus that would definitely apply here rather than brawling.
Okay. Well, then take that away. Then that was just 10.
Well, again, 7 or 8. How much is your focus, anyways?
1.
Okay, right, yeah. So
So it's not gonna choose the.
it go ahead. It works. So
I would have chosen the knives focus if I knew that it existed.
yeah, if you want to swap out brawling for that, you can go for it. I understand how.
Because I kind of like knives.
Actually, let me confirm this in the rules before I tell you to do that.
Alright.
I think you can make up focuses. It just has to be specific
Right, yeah,
enough, right?
yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like knives is plenty specific.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not
Okay.
so specific that it's not useful. Like there are enough knives in the world, but like it's
I have
specific
enough
enough that it's not like, oh, you're good at everything just because you have the one focus. So
Mhm. Okay, give me a second to find the focus list.
if you have infinite knives, it's just a very useful focus.
They're not infinite. They're not infinite. There's a limit.
It's like
It just takes a while to get
he
there.
has
Yeah.
picked them back up.
I mean, you're only 3 in right now.
Only 3.
Only 3. That's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have at least like
Alright.
another 3 or 4
There they
more.
are. Let's see here. Is there any sort of knives, swords, poison, firearms? Improvised weapons are included in brawling, but I'm not seeing any. I think there is there's fencing, which is various forms of sword, including fencing. There is no knives actual thing, so.
So would like these little knives fall into brawling?
If they count as improvised weapons.
They're kind of just weapons.
They're kind of just weapons, yeah. I think it would be wise to invent a knives focus. I think
Alright.
that's something
Yeah.
pretty applicable. So we'll go ahead and have a knives focus.
All right.
So,
I use the
yeah,
knives. Then.
go ahead and this guy's dead. So how would you like to make him that way?
I just lunge and go for the throat.
Yep, good idea.
Short and
I'd like to
direct.
finish this.
It works. So you do stab him, and there is plenty of blood, but this guy is down for the count. Poor guy that rose his hands when you said surrender.
And the blood doesn't stand out too badly on my coat.
There you go. Okay.
That seems like why he has
All
the
right.
coat.
Heisel, as this is going on, what are you doing?
So this is timing is going to be important here. Let me
Mhm.
know when the sound of the shotgun happens. Well, see, I sort of I'm a little disorganized while we're still here. We just got here today, you see. You were very prompt, you know. And I'm kind of like rifling through my things, and I'm kind of taking my due time with it. He's in the
Shotgun blast.
I'm gonna grab a syringe and stab it into his arm.
Okay. Was that available for you? Was it out
Yes.
in open sight? Okay.
Well,
all
it
right.
was in the bottom of the bag, but that's
Okay.
where I was going to get the dagger anyway. So.
All right. Okay. All right. With that distraction, I will not make you make 2 rolls, so you get 1 attack roll. If you want to describe this cleverly, that's pretty darn clever. So you can go ahead and fight cleverly.
All right. And how many successes am I going to need?
You are going to need just 1. He's right
Okay.
next to you. He's distracted.
It is important to me that I succeed. I'm going to use my void point. Yes, that is 2 successes.
Okay, you get some momentum, so you basically get that dice back. All right. So.
So
Yeah.
Heisel stabs upwards with the syringe and catches in the arm and presses it in. And a 3/4 full syringe of void fiend
Mm-hmm.
enters his bloodstream.
So you don't. It's not the entire syringe. You leave some. Right?
Well, no, I've only got it like 3/4 full.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. So you just see this guy. You hear the shotgun blast. He turns back. He feels the pain in his arm and immediately lashes out with his arm. But by the time that he's lashing out, you're already injecting in it, and his stroke just immediately weakens. And you just see his eyes actually just go black as he just collapses on the ground. It's
Heisel
foaming
kind
at
of
the
catches
mouth.
him and sort of lowers him behind the bed so he's not in view of the door.
Okay.
And for a moment she kind of smiles down and says, I hope you see more than I do. And then she walks over and grabs the object in the corner of the room.
I will go ahead and say for you all, he is not dead. I know I said, I don't think that LSD comparison was perfectly accurate, because that would kill a person, right? That much, okay, yeah,
I'm
so
sure it
it's,
would.
right,
He's
he'll
just-
be out for like probably 2 days, so it doesn't kill you, but it does definitely take you out of any sort of conflict like that. So, all right, he's out. What are you doing?
I'm going to stride over to the box like item in the corner of the room,
Mhm.
slip the strap over my shoulders and start tuning this radio-like device. I can show you guys a picture.
I'll wait till we see it.
To try and locate the object they're looking for.
All right, so go ahead and make a. I think this is a tinker check. You're using technology. Complex, specialized tools and techniques such as vehicles and machinery.
So tinker cleverly, and can I use void lore?
Yes, you can.
Epic. And how many successes will I need?
You will need just 1 actually.
And I got 1.
All right, one success. So you turn on your radio, your Hastings device, excuse me,
Thank you.
and almost immediately, as soon as you flip it on, you hear. You would recognize this as the sort of humming you'd hear from a void artifact, oftentimes bone charms, which I'll tell you guys about those later.
Excellent. All right.
So-
Where is it coming from?
I need to figure out how exactly the Hastings device tracks it. But, is it okay if I just have it give you a proximity instead of
So
just
more
a...
of a it'll get louder as I get closer kind of thing?
Yes.
Also, have the other pirates heard the shooting going on?
Probably yes. I won't tell you. I will say, though, that the captain, the bruiser, and Kenji were not very far. If they had wanted to come up and engage you guys in combat, they would have done so by now. So they're probably heading the other direction.
All right.
Okay. So you can detect that. Surprisingly, the signal is so close. It is probably within 15 feet of you.
Within 15 feet.
15 feet.
All right, so.
I
do
will say that you did have to tune up the symbol of the.
Oh, of
torque.
course, of course. I mean, I'm used to
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
the torque is kind of a given at this
Mhm.
point. What are the rooms on either side of me?
To the side of your room, there is Emil's room and Kenji's room.
Ah,
There we go.
well, I'll sneak over to Kenji's room.
Okay. You go in there. It's pretty Spartan. It doesn't seem like Kenji has any sort of. He doesn't have too much luggage with him. But you do see when you enter the room, same bed, same dresser that's in your room, that sort of thing. You do see a book on the dresser that was not in yours.
What's the book?
So you pick it up. It looks to be some sort of journal. You crack it open, and you do just see the title of this belongs to Izun Kenji. And as soon as you open up to a page, you just read. This is just a random page. I had a good day today. The sun was shining. The clouds were cloudy. I met my professor. He was nice.
He's
And that's it.
poetic.
It's very basic. It's very simplified speech.
Poor
Alright.
Kenji.
I'm gonna flip through very quickly to see if there's like a fake, like inside of it or anything like that.
Yep, it's just it's a lot of the similar stuff, just random idle musings about
Alright.
day-to-day events. There's like nothing about politics or anything, which
Well.
he was in Dunwall, which surely he saw something interesting, but
Well, is the Hastings device picking up anything specific? Can I sort of
you're
narrow
carrying it
down-
with you. Oh my
Yeah.
word, you're right, yes.
Can I sort of narrow down where in the room it is?
When you're going in the room, it actually faintens a little bit. The signal weakens. Very faintly, but you can tell that it is something a little bit different. When you were out in the hallway, that is actually when it was strongest.
Well, all right. I'll go back out in the hallway.
And it's big enough
Where
again.
in the hallway is it the strongest?
Right to the side of it, almost closer to Emil's room. But I'll go ahead and say when you go in there, it weakens again. So there's just the doorway of Emil's room seems to be.
I'd like to feel around a little, see
Okay.
if I can sort of find any sort of apartment or fake section of the wall or
Okay.
above the doorway or whatever it is.
All right, go ahead and make a.
Maybe a
Ooh.
nook in the frame, I don't know.
Yep. Study check.
Mm-hmm. So I will study cleverly, and I'm assuming I can't use Void Lore just because I'm tracking it with the Hastings device, or can I?
You can. Because
Excellent.
this is you're trying to be able to recognize void song.
And how many successes?
One actually.
2 successes.
Okay. Get that momentum. So it's not here, but with 2 successes, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you take the Hastings device and are moving it around.
Sure.
It is closest to the ceiling, which is completely steel, completely pipes.
So, what's above me?
Above you is the bridge, actually.
Ah.
I will say, go already on the bridge. If any of you decide to actually look down at the deck, you can see pirates actually running towards the conning tower. One is just going to take a pot shot at the bridge. We'll make it a check. Okay, it does actually hit the glass, but doesn't hit any of you, so one of the windows just shatter. As I'll say 4 pirates on deck are heading up towards you guys. So, back to you. What were you planning on doing?
Do I see a bunch of pirates running towards the spot I am trying to go towards?
You're inside right now.
Well, gotta follow the Hastings device.
All right, so you go up to the stairs. By the time you're there, you do see some of the pirates heading your way. So go ahead and make a quickly move check to basically just run out of reach. You are not armed, and you are not on the bridge, so they just think you're just a passenger in the way.
Okay, sure, that's good, that's good.
Difficulty is going to be 1.
Got a success.
Okay, all right. You react pretty quickly to seeing them to charging straight up to the bridge, and you're up there, and there is probably a pirate like 1 flight of stairs behind you.
So, is the Hastings device pointing to anything?
It is getting louder, but right now I think you have about 3 seconds to react to the pirate that's going to be here in a bit. So this is everybody, of course, now. All of you. You do see, of course. Do you want to make that history check or that study check to see? You know what? No, you do see Sebastian in a weird-looking mask.
And this time, I'm grabbing the shotgun and reloading it.
Okay, so
There's no more ammo.
there is no more
Can I
ammunition,
pick
but
up a pirate's weapon?
that is an option. I was actually going to say that once that engagement is done, you just see the first mate just sigh. Here's some ammo, and she opens the compartment and has 6 shells within it. So you do have more ammunition for that.
Oh, great.
And there is a damage benefit of using a shotgun. It does have more damage than a pistol at close range, and it's also a little bit easier for checks because it's just buckshot. So yeah,
And we're fighting in
close
close
quarters.
quarters.
Yep, that's right.
It's a good weapon.
All right, I will go ahead and say you do reload it. What did you two want to do during this time?
Probably Sebastian is like looking. He's probably fishes out, looks inside, and then looks probably towards the deck and sees that there's a lot of people coming,
Mhm.
and he probably sees that Rachel is coming around. What do you see? Yeah. So
Yep.
his
Eyes
plan was
on our
like
way up. Yep.
take care of this, and then get down to where Rachel is. Rachel's right there, so she's running up the stairs. The guy's running behind her.
That is correct. Heisel is heading up the
Okay.
stairs.
And there's
Yep.
not really many other pirates around.
There is a line,
All right.
so there is probably another pirate that's going to be on the stairs in just a second. So if you jump down on the one or anything like that, there will be one on you in 2 seconds. So
You guys would notice that Heisel now has this very box-like device sort of at her hip that's on a strap around her shoulder, and it looks a little bit like this, but a bit spookier.
Okay.
Sort of like an old-timey wood radio with brass detailing on it.
Okay.
yep, very
I
technical
think
term.
that changes
Yeah.
what I was gonna do.
Yeah. Poor decision. Sebastian, he looks down and he's like, okay. He starts running towards her, yells, duck, duck, and he leaps
Oh,
over her
she's
to
down.
attack the guy, basically.
Okay, all right.
Acrobatics, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead and make a
Oh no.
make a move check with any sort of style you want to do. This is
Swiftly.
all right. Swiftly. Okay, swiftly. But you can go ahead and add your what is it? Brawling focus to this. I'm combining this all into one check.
Okay.
This is gonna be a difficulty of 2. I will grant partial successes though.
Okay.
Oh,
Odd
wait.
question. Would you ever be able to add
Do you think this is
multiple
important
focuses?
enough to use some momentum?
Yes.
Because you're able to
Yeah,
draw from that if you want to.
Okay.
I will grab one.
I would like to save 1 just in case.
Don't forget
for
your
a very
devil's
specific
bargains,
check
by
that
the
we may
way.
need to make.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Love
something
devil's
like
bargains.
this. Alright, here
No, we
go.
don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
All right.
We
we
love
have-
making deals with
Oh, is
the
that
I have
one?
a natural 1.
Woo!
Oh, excellent! That's 2 successes.
I have a natural 1, and then I have an 8, which would I think definitely work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then I have 13. So move 6 swiftly, 11, and then either one he would get. That's 4 successes.
Okay.
Oh.
4 successes out of
What
a
did he
check
need?
that was worth 2.
Oh.
So
You get 2
I'll give you an option. So you can get 2 momentum dice, or you can get just 1, and you can take out both of them.
Do that. Do that one.
So yeah,
I go for
This is
both.
worth it.
Can I
So worth
describe?
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I yell, get out of the way! And I leap
Hazel
over.
goes down.
I pull the knife, is like in the hands. I basically just stand, leap at the guy,
Yeah.
and just take him down and just on the ground.
There you go.
My
And
favorite
I
part
killed
of
the
this is
bug.
that all of
All
the
right.
stream can hear the sound effects.
Very swiftly indeed.
There's some very interesting movements going on along with those sound effects. Just so
Oh
you know.
yes, yeah. We love sound effects here.
It's great in the room.
I leap, grab him.
I'd love to. I want to
Cinematic.
watch this on the stream later, with just no motions, just the sound effects.
When you
never
listen to
remember
this
that.
while
It's
doing
the audio.
homework, you're like, yeah.
So you need
Yeah.
a camera just for your motions along with your sound effects.
All right, so they are already done. I will also say there was a third one coming. He sees you do this.
Oh yeah, I just
and
like get up and just like look at him.
he turns tail immediately.
Little bit
So he sees you
intimidating.
with that mask. I'm not gonna make you make an intimidation check with something like that. You just see him. I didn't sign up for this, and then just head over towards the aft of the ship.
You're a surprisingly capable man, Sebastian.
Nice box. I like take out after the guy.
Okay.
So are you
All right.
on the bridge now?
Heisel is kind of booking it. As soon as she like got back up from like ducking, he's like booking it over to where the Hastings device was leading her over in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So Emil, who's just sort of like gotten a little bit out of the way, is like, is the device currently active?
Right, it is, there should be something around here. Can you help me look?
What kind of thing?
What are we looking for?
Something that's sort of, out of the void.
I will go ahead and say, as soon as you go next to Emil, you really start to pick something up. Like,
Emil,
literally around him.
Are you,
Am I what?
Are you hiding something?
what do you have on you?
I have a few things on me.
Take them out.
No.
She
Is it
said,
him
"Take
or is it
them
an
out."
object?
Says the man with
While
the
if you're trying to test it, it's definitely focused on, what are you wearing right now?
A suit?
Okay, it's definitely focused on this, the interior suit pocket.
What's in the suit? There's something that's sort of registering as a weight artifact.
Oh,
The umbrella
the man
is like a
with the
shotgun.
shotgun.
The main thing in my suit is private.
But it's not Kenji's thing. Are you sure?
It's mine.
Let's have a look at it.
No, I told you it was private.
No. John, if it's not Kenji's, it's not what we're looking for. We can talk about this later.
All right.
Uh,
Apologies.
just give me a minute to...
Apologies. Point a shotgun at me.
If you haven't noticed, I have a grievous injury to my shoulder, and I'm simply not in my right mind at the moment.
I will say this is just a flavor thing, mainly because you can get pump action shotguns later in this campaign. But since it's just single barreled, it's literally just if you're reloading it, just break it open and put a shell.
I'll
in.
break action.
Okay, well, I break
Those
the
are
action
sick.
open and flip it back up.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
Ooh, love that.
Well, just
Awesome.
give me a minute to set the frequency to ignore that. I think I might have followed the thing.
Okay, real quick, you are chasing this guy that's running away.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a move swiftly check.
All right. Okay, I got one.
One success.
One success.
All right. Okay. What was the other number that you rolled?
19.
Okay. Oof. That's not 20.
But it's not a 20. It's not.
It is not a 20. That is correct. So you do catch up to the guy, and we'll have to. If you are going to make another attack, we'll go ahead and make.
I'm gonna try and like, and there's like, is there anyone else in the deck?
Not right now. No.
Okay, I'm gonna basically want to like grab him and like hold him down and basically like, be threatening him because I want to like talk to this dude.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and make a brawling fight check with whatever style you want. This is another
swiftly.
1. It's not hard.
I'll go swiftly. Okay, I got 1. Let's see. So
What's the other number?
yeah, the
It's
other one was
19 and
19.
9.
So I got 6. So 1 success.
1 success.
What is that?
All right, you do
I think it's
successfully
6 or
pin
9?
the guy to the
6 or
ground.
9.
He is, since he was running away from you, he is down on his belly right now. Okay. So you have him pinned down to the ground.
I lean over, like lean into his ear and basically say, "Tell me what you're looking for now."
Scary guy in a mask.
I didn't hear what we're just getting the void thing. This is what the captain wants.
How do you know about Kenji? Who is Kenji?
Kenji's the target. He has the thing. He has
Who hired you? Why are you doing this?
I just work for Captain. Excuse me.
Captain.
I just work for Snatch. That's it.
For
I'm just a pirate.
How
I'm
many?
just making myself a living.
All right, so I probably say how many is your crew? Basically.
There's like 22 of us total.
So
Like on the ship.
there's 2.
There's 22 of us.
Basically.
There's
20.
no-
Yeah, 'cause
there's
there's
only one
20
of
on the
them-
deck, 22 in the.
Right. There's only 2. Only 2
Okay.
still on. Only 2 still on.
Well, there's right now 19. Okay.
What?
So, let's just say that 3 of your friends aren't here anymore and kissed the void. All right. Do you want it to be 18? If not, I
I'm sorry,
advise
man. I'll do what you say. What do you want?
drop your weapons.
I
Give
want
me
the
your
crown.
money and go up to the bridge, apologize, and help us, or I will find you and rip you apart.
Okay, man.
Oh my
Okay. Fine.
dear.
That just made me have a character concept.
Okay.
The mom friend that's like, you need to apologize or I'm gonna gut you.
His pistol is all.
That's
It's
very nice.
It's on the ground.
Probably take it.
All right, you got the pistol. You can actually he just points to the sort of pouch on the belt. That's my money. Just take it.
Snatch.
Okay, congratulations. You get 10 Morlian banknotes. There you go.
10 more.
Mm-hmm. You want me to apologize?
Yes! You were very rude.
Okay, can you get off my back?
I like get it off, but
Literally.
like I'm still like
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
ready for him.
Okay. I will say the weather has somewhat shifted. You can actually see some lightning forming in the atmosphere, so a storm's a brewing.
But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna catch on fire.
So he does get up. At about this time, you would see 2 people circle around from the stern of the ship, basically going around the conning tower, and moving closer to you. Pirates armed with one has a pistol, one has a cudgel. Yes.
During this time, we've been following a little bit. I took off after him to see what he's chasing.
Okay. All right. So you are on the deck as well. You witnessed this whole event as Sebastian torments this guy.
I probably look over and see him. Can I? I know you said we could like. Was it just the captain that was wearing uniform stuff, or are these guys wearing stuff too?
These guys are mostly just wearing ragged clothes.
Okay.
It is strange though. All of them have these like epaulets on their, just like hastily sewn onto their shoulders.
Okay.
Some crude way of denoting rank. I will say that this guy also has those distinct grips that you could use to climb cables with, called a. I have a name for this. A helm's grip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time to steal that. All right, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Maybe let other people go.
So you just see the people come around the conning tower right now, and one of them just says, "Harris, what are you doing?" And charge ever towards you. And Harris, presumably the guy beneath you right now, just starts running towards the conning tower. I guess eager to follow what you were doing, but also it's hard to tell if he's trying to regroup with his friends
Mhm.
or apologize.
Yeah.
But He's playing both sides to see who comes out on top. So you have 2 enemies charging you right now.
I'm there to help.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I
So this will be another combat encounter. So remind me your all quickly scores.
Or 4.
4. Okay.
Swiftly.
Swiftly, yes, that's right. Sorry.
5.
Okay, 5. Fortunately, Josh, can you make a case that John was prepared?
Yeah, he's standing back and he sees the other
Right,
guys.
and he was armed, right?
He was armed with a shotgun, and
Okay.
he did pick up his knives before he came back down.
All right, gotcha.
And
So
I will go ahead and say the pirate with the pistol is going to be going first. Excuse me. No, you're going first. Then the pirate with the pistol, then John, then the one with the cudgel that is currently charging. Probably the closest one to you, but it'll be the last to you. So, Sebastian?
I probably cannot reach Pistol Boy.
Probably not.
Probably
He
not.
is keeping his distance. He has a gun, so he is decently far off.
Yeah, and I'm not good with guns, so I'm just gonna go and take out. I'm going towards Cudgel Boy to take him out. Basically.
All right. Okay.
Or at least try.
All right, excellent. So go ahead and make a roll to attack. This is going to be a 2. This guy with the cudgel is able to deflect attacks a little bit better than someone with just a pistol, so might be able to hold you back a little bit
Okay,
better.
so would be movement
Mhm.
or attack? Probably.
This
Would be
is a
like-
fight roll.
Yeah, so move, attack.
Yeah, probably boldly, maybe swiftly.
Okay. I'll go swiftly, and then I can get this other one too. So let's see, because that's 6, and then bold or swiftly, 11, and brawling 4. So yes, I got this is 1, and this is the natural one.
Okay.
So
All right, momentum. There you go.
Momentum,
I
yeah.
love that.
Wow, you guys are really wrapping that up.
So
I
I
believe there is a
basically-
momentum pool limit of 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
gotta spend some momentum.
Yeah.
guys.
So I basically charge him, and then I just kind of do a slide and kick him in the
Oh, man, that's
and then
very
just kick
Dishonored.
him.
Just kick him.
Basically.
Okay, all right. I will say that's not going to necessarily knock him out. If you want to like finish with like an
Okay.
elbow to the face or
And
something
then
like
yeah,
that,
just probably do that and then roll up
Yeah.
and just
Okay.
hit him with an elbow.
go for it. This is going to be a. Oh wait, no, you just.
Yeah.
Okay. Remind me. That was a difficulty of 2, actually.
Yes.
Oh, but you rolled a natural 1, which counts as
Yeah.
2 successes. So there you go. Perfect. All right. Excellent.
Lucky day.
Okay. So you execute that maneuver exactly how you described it. You
I'm
slide
like-
underneath them.
I hit him down like.
You clock him. Yeah. He's out.
Good day.
Yep. Cudgel's yours if you want. That does count as an improvised weapon.
I will take it.
Okay. All right, that counts as 2 damage. Were you to hit someone with an actual stress track. We'll remind you all that basic enemies don't have hit points. You hit them, they die. That's it. Just kind of stereotypical. Harder enemies, of course, do have actual stress tracks. So, all right. Now it is going to be.
The guy with the pistol.
Yeah, with the pistol. That's right. So he is going to attack the person that is moving in front of him. Probably the best target, the one that just took out his friend.
Yep. Here we go.
Sebastian, like, come at me, bro.
Go ahead and make a survive check. I want to confirm this in the rules later, whether enemies make checks or you make checks to defend yourself. But
Okay, so survival, and then.
this is going to be 2 successes. He's been narrowing down his line of sight.
Right,
He's
and
got
then
you. So
a
2
swift-
successes, 1 will be partial damage.
Okay, so then like a swiftly, or
Yeah, you can dodge that. Yeah. So survive swiftly.
okay, survive swiftly. Here we go. Oddly enough, I get 1, and I do not get the other.
Okay, all right. So as you start lunging for this guy, he takes the shot, does hit you, I'll say in the side, right side of your abdomen. Seems to have been a flesh wound. Thankfully, it wasn't center of mass. So
And that's
you'll definitely
one
want to get
stress.
that checked out later. That is
One
one stress. That's right. So that is a wound that you'll probably need to tend maybe once this is all done. So you do actually see that Mr. Harris, who you just scared the crap out of, went to the conning tower, but went underneath. So the stairs go basically underneath to the hold as well. So he's not going to the conning tower, he's just running for his life.
Well, that was his mistake.
That's right. So right now, you all are free on the deck for now. There are definitely more pirates.
What about the one pirate, the pistol pirate?
Yeah, he just.
Oh no, I just got shot.
Yeah, he
Oh
just
my
got
word,
shot.
you're right.
Yeah,
He's still
okay.
alive. I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
he is
to
still
see
alive.
him.
For some reason, I thought the check you were making was to. Okay, yeah,
How
that's
far
right. He is
away
still.
is he from me?
He is approximately 30 feet away.
Well, that's within range. So,
I'd say so.
is this does this shotgun have a stock on it, or is it just?
It does have a stock.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So, he just he picks it up. In spite of his wounded shoulder, he's holding on the other one, so
Mhm.
he's fine, and he takes the shot. So that would be fight, and he's just boldly just moving towards him as he's doing it.
All right, go for it. Yeah, that works. Again, shotgun.
2 successes.
Ooh.
All right, excellent.
Wait, does an equal number count as success, or is that a failure?
What do you mean?
What?
Oh, equal to
Oh,
it? Yes, that does count as a success.
Nice.
You have to be at that number or under to pass.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so
So that's sort of like the success DC.
That's right.
Was
Is
it a
that-
1 or 2 difficulty check?
That was a 1, actually.
momentum.
Guys, we have so much momentum.
Yes.
Woo!
Yep. There you
You
go.
just
It's like a little
frolic
trampoline.
it.
All right.
I'd like to walk,
You can describe this.
and
as
I'd like to
Yes.
do it really well.
He takes aim and fires his shotgun, aiming right for the. Well, he was aiming at the head, and
Mhm.
the damage was too ghastly to describe in full detail.
Okay, there you go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He immediately dropped to the ground.
The person is dead. There you go. All right.
Sebastian turns. Good job.
Then he pops another shell in the
Was it
back and
excessive?
flips it up.
I will say for the rest of the campaign, if you were like regularly stocking up on shells, I won't ask you to keep track of it. But right now, in this sort of tense situation, I will ask you to just make sure you're not, spending all the ammo. You had, I think, 6 shells at the beginning, and
I
you
have 5 now.
All right,
Okay,
sounds
got
good.
it.
Excellent.
Have I managed to tune out his device that he's got on him, or his artifact?
That is actually the only other artifact you can detect on the ship.
Emil,
What?
I don't want to pry, but how did you get the artifact?
What kind of artifact?
The one in your coat pocket.
Feel around in my coat pocket.
So you put your hand in there, and there is something that you did not put in there. So as soon as you touch it, you actually feel the weight of your coat pocket increase as you touch something. When you feel it immediately, you feel strange, almost like it's wood or bone, maybe. And are you pulling it out?
No.
Okay, all right. You feel it, and almost immediately you can hear just you, something just whisper, okay, that's it.
Brought it from home.
Well, I'm not picking up on anything other than that device.
Perhaps they were wrong. They might be looking in the wrong place.
Can I make a check that is an analog to an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what that would be. Would that be talk or study?
This is kind of up to Levi.
I mean,
Player versus player checks are always a little weird, so it's kind of up to you whether you want to allow her to do
I'd allow her to check.
that. Okay. All right.
All right. I will use talk.
Yeah, this is definitely a talk thing, but also understanding how people communicate. is
Cleverly.
Yep.
And maybe I have counsel and persuade. Would either of those be effective in this situation?
Are you trying to
Those are kind of redundant, so I might talk to you about
remind
that
me
later.
what you're doing?
I'm trying to figure out if he is being completely honest, because this doesn't seem to add up. And the fact that he went and felt for it
Yeah.
kinda casts some suspicion in
I
my
will
mind.
go ahead. Unfortunately, you cannot add either of those. But that being said, I agree with you wholeheartedly. We'll talk about that later. That they're kind of the same thing.
So yeah, I mean, I picked that because it was a character choice that made sense, but now I'm starting to think that
If you want to invent in a focus or an insight focus, You can replace either of those with that right now on the
Sure.
spot if you want to.
Sure. I mean, I will replace council because that's a little more specific.
I will
and
go
also
ahead and say
use-
by the start of next session, I want your all's character stats to
To be finalized, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will name that later, but
Okay.
basically it'll be something
People skill.
like insight, like kind of
Alright.
being able to read a person.
Mm-hmm. Levi, what do you think the difficulty is?
Mm,
You felt in your pocket.
let's see.
I mean, just to make sure that something was secure, if someone
Could
said,
I say-
hey, do you have your phone in your pocket? I'm not going to be
Could you
like,
say-
I don't know.
Could I say like 2, but 1 could be a partial success?
Yeah, sure.
So how does using momentum on a player versus player check work?
Levi?
Rude.
I earned at least one of those momentums, so.
But theoretically, if I were trying
Because
to
then
keep her from knowing, it could just be a battle.
That's true.
Yeah,
And there's 4 momentum.
and it would kind of be like
Well,
then you would like use momentum as well.
Yeah.
I would say, what if it's like you could use momentum, but then he could like take another dice and cancel your momentum.
instead of wasting our momentum pool, I guess I will just roll straight. To roll under a 13. I rolled 1 success.
Hmm.
All right.
So how would you like to treat that, Levi?
Do I get to just pick what she finds out from that?
Yep, it's all you. Also, Lacey is watching apparently.
What?
Mhm.
Epic!
Mhm.
Hi, dude.
Let's see. I want to go ahead and read through the chat. The sound effects do be great. Lol. Also, it's Lacey. Oh, Levi, what you got? Rachel, you're always so inquisitive. Love it. Spencer, loving the voice. Sound quality's really good. Poor Harris. And then she had to leave. All right. Okay. So Levi.
There's something about it he doesn't want you to know. But I'm not sure
Well,
that you'd know exactly what it was.
Emil, I'm all for giving a person their space, but if this is anything that could be relevant, we probably need to know.
It's not what they were describing.
You know what? I'm not here for this. This is the first mate. Still on the bridge with you all. She just raises her pistol and points it at you. What's it?
Something that doesn't concern you.
We're being boarded right now by pirates. It concerns me.
Then deal with the pirates.
Is it something that could help?
I am dealing
No.
with the pirates in my own way. What's in your pocket?
There are multiple things in my pocket. All of them are private.
The void thing. That thing works, right?
There is something on him that's void related. And you know, if this could help us, we sort of need to know.
You just see the first mate storm out of the room and go down the stairs.
It's not the main concern right now.
The main concern is figuring out what these pirates are after.
They said it was a knife. Perhaps looking the old-fashioned way would be a better idea.
So, while this conversation is going on, if any of you were a little perceptive, it's a little hard to actually hear this, but there were definitely some gunshots from the hold underneath you. I think it's pretty sound insulated, so you probably wouldn't hear that much, but with all the gunfire, you probably hear something at least. And eventually, you can just hear some voice somewhere on the deck just say, "Come out now if you want to survive, that's it. I got your captain right here. If that one of you with the fancy looking dagger wants to show his face, that would be very nice. Or else this captain is going to have a real red face in just a second."
Where are we right now?
So you two are both on the forward part, the aft of the deck right now.
Okay.
So right next to the conning tower, you can tell the voice is coming from behind it.
Okay. Should we make our way over and see what's going on?
Yeah.
All right, lead the way.
All right. Quick or quiet?
Tell me
Just
when
say.
not to help us right now.
You know what? You decide.
Are you really
Quick,
going to let
you-
him die?
Blow him to bits.
Quick. You said quick. We're going quick.
Fix that.
It does it quick. I run off.
Distract him. We can find a way. If it's the dagger in your pocket, you need to bring it out.
It's not.
All right, so you guys are moving. What check are you guys doing? You trying to sneak or be fast?
Swiftly.
Swiftly. Okay, that does not mean stealthy. So just saying, you will be
I-
noticed as soon as you appear along the sides.
Just now I was trying to communicate that I'm going quietly and he goes in and like shoots him. And so
Wait. Say that again.
basically, Sab was trying to say that he was going quietly,
Mhm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically I did you going like in as
Oh,
like
I'm going behind you. I'm following
forceful.
you. I'm following
So-
you. I thought we were going quick.
So I'm guessing that we're probably because of like him just following as swiftly. I'm probably going quietly, but it's probably nullified.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that
So,
makes sense. I can
are
go
you both
swiftly.
going quietly or not?
Basically, no.
Okay, swiftly.
No.
Alright.
Well, what check are you making right here?
Okay, I'll say okay. Sab will try and go quietly.
Okay, all right, yeah, and you can even go behind him while not spoiling his cover, even if you're going loudly.
I'm going behind him.
Okay. All right. Are you like trying to sneak as well, or are you just like following his path and just going swiftly?
I'm just following him. I'm not going swiftly. I'm just following him, but with no caution for.
All right,
stealth.
excellent. I won't even have to give you a check. You're just going to be noticed, but he might not be.
I got. Sorry, I moved it. If I'm right, what's that?
I think it was a 4 on
Okay,
the one.
okay.
and-
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one was a 4.
Alright. Okay. It's a 4. That's the. Alright. Got it.
Yeah.
I moved it. I didn't just handle the dice. 4 and then
That's
the
what I
other
was
9, so I got both.
Okay. All right. So that is a success right there. So John is following you. You are slinking about. The difficulty for that would actually be 2. So you got that. So while you're slinking about, you make your way to the back, and you do see, in fact, this man that you've heard. His name is Snatch. Apparently, that's what you heard from Harris, the captain of the enemy forces, basically. Holding Captain Poppin hostage, pointing a gun right at his head. You can see the gun is massive. It's a pistol, certainly, but many of you have been exposed to the technology of revolvers. Most of them are kind of new and really hard to buy. This one is one of those, but it's also much larger than the average one that you've ever seen. It is big. Holding it right at the captain's face, and the captain is just, please help me. Please, just do what he says.
Okay.
It's just one thing. That's all
so
he
we're
needs.
seeing.
So it is not just him up there. You can also see the bruiser as well, the guy with the shotgun, big guy. There's one other regular pirate up there with a pistol. Yeah, that's it. All right, so 3 pirates, 1 Captain Poppin. You are not seen though. John, you are, and so Snatch does the little thing, we're holding hostage. Points a gun at you, points it back at the hostage, that sort of thing. So, where's the fancy guy with the suit?
The fancy guy. I saw him a while back, but
Cut to the chase.
what's the point? And I just point my gun at him and shoot.
You have a shotgun right now.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Look
Take a
at
shot.
that.
This is going to be
No.
a
Wow.
shoot.
Oh no.
This is going to be a great point for a chaos point right here.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Here we go.
uh,
Use
You
some
want to
momentum.
use
All right.
love
Okay.
of
Okay. Here's the thing. To actually wound Snatch
how
right
far-
now,
how far
it's
away?
going to be 2. If you get 3, I will say that you can manage. You've learned to spread the shotgun so that you can actually just kill him.
You want to add another one?
So that would be 3 successes. 2 has to kill him. 1 will just hit the meat shield in the way.
I would agree.
That you knew it's
just
Captain
hit the
Pop.
meat shield in the way.
If you just got a one success,
Oh.
you needed 2 to actually
You have to
Okay,
get
I'm
more.
hit.
I'm okay with more momentum.
Okay.
Yeah, this could go
Yeah.
very wrong.
Yeah,
So
you
this
could-
is
I'm
the
using-
time to use
yeah.
Do you want to take another momentum? Just
It's okay. 4 should be plenty.
it. To get at least
To get 2.
hopefully.
well, I won't. I
We
want
need to
3.
save the moment. We need to save the momentum because. So I'm gonna do it boldly. This is my fight. So that's 10.
I'd say that's pretty bold.
This is again shotguns. Bold. That's right.
And he
Oh,
misses every single one. No 20s though.
Holy cow! All right.
Okay.
So you quickly
wait,
react.
Are there any
This has
other
gone poorly.
options to change the result of this roll?
You already made the roll. It is
Okay.
done. So you pull the trigger, and very quickly, you see Captain Poppin just take pretty much all of the mark shot and just collapse before you. I will go ahead and say we aren't exactly beginning combat right now, but
Whoops.
Captain Poppin, alright, oh, he's dead. Snatch, you see, has the pistol right now, aims it directly at you. Go ahead and make a survive roll.
Alright. So. Alright, survive. And yeah. Which style should I use? I don't see a clever way to get out of this one. I think I'm just going to swiftly try to duck back behind because we kind of came around a corner.
That's right,
So
so
I'm
there's
gonna
some
try-
cover to
Yeah.
hide behind if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to try to duck behind the cover.
Okay, works for me.
That is so.
Difficulty is going to be 3.
Yes, I failed.
Okay,
Both times.
how many? Both
2.
failures?
Both failures.
Okay,
And
So-
I am at 2 stress already, and I have 2 more I can take.
wait, say that again?
I have 2 more stress I can take.
Okay.
This has turned out well.
I mean, I don't.
Do
wanna
you
say
want
it's
to take
your
a
fault.
grievous wound?
I suppose so.
Okay, alright. Because this guy has literally a hand cannon, he is extremely accurate. He does not miss. And technically the damage of this thing was 3.
Alright.
So, he shoots you. Remind me which shoulder you were shot in?
Left.
Okay. He shoots your right arm. You don't have a right arm anymore.
Ooh.
It completely comes off. So all of you would hear this massive boom from the stern of the ship as the hand cannon fires.
I also lose 2 of my knives.
I love that. Oh,
My knives!
My knives!
My knives!
Oh, my arm as well. That's a problem.
No! Tom and Dylan!
Okay. I don't know their name.
Wow.
Okay, alright. So you are now on the ground. I am going to say for the sake of this fight, you are down for the count, basically, with a grievous wound. I imagine you're probably just trying to tend that as much as you can. I'm no expert in first aid. That's a really hard wound to tend, but
If it's at the shoulder, it's really hard.
right, I imagine so. I'll go ahead and say it's right here. So you still have somewhat of a stump arm, I guess, but
That's
no more.
easier.
Yeah, alright. Again, don't want to kill you immediately.
Oh
So
man, if it was below the elbow, I could have gotten a hook.
there you go. I mean, I guess you could.
You can
but
still
just
get a
can't
hook.
really
It's
do
just
that.
like
knife
short
to it.
range. Like,
I'll just
Feeling like
attach
a
a knife to
T-Rex.
my stub.
shake my hand. You have to get like uncomfortably close, and then he's like shanking you with a knife.
So, okay. I'm trying to think about what exactly to do here. So there are currently 3 pirates on board. You would also hear a voice just saying, "No!" as you see the first mate emerge from the hold. She just saw that entire thing, too. Question is, does she assign blame on you? We'll see. All right. So technically, it is just Sebastian there.
It's just gone.
You know what? I think
Gives you a better
technically,
chance.
unless Sebastian, you're going to do anything, you are ruthlessly outnumbered right now. They don't know you're there.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna just like try and hide somewhere and just make sure like they don't see me.
Okay.
If they move towards him to like finish him off or something, then I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna be trying to move to like probably move to try and get a jump on them in case they do that.
Okay. So you're
Um,
climbing up to the conning tower.
Or if like the girl goes to a fight, then better shots.
All right. Yeah.
Emil, this is a matter of life and death.
You all can hear a lot of gunshots up.
Not just for you, not just for me, but for everyone on this ship.
I can only help afterwards.
You can only
There's
help
not
after
much I
what?
can do right now. After they leave.
Well, they're not going to leave until they get their hands on whatever it is they want.
I don't have it.
I'm not picking up on anything else.
If they don't find it, they'll leave.
What will they find when they look for you? When they find whatever's in your coat pocket? Is it something that will satisfy them?
No.
I'm going to step out onto the deck.
Mhm.
And who is the highest ranking pirate left?
Well, that would be Snatch, the captain. I
Oh,
will
he's
say.
still,
as-
oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
that was very ineffective.
I will
Very
go ahead and
effective.
say,
Attempted
as soon as you head out onto the deck,
didn't work.
you see a familiar face. It is Rimble, the cook. And he has a blunderbuss.
There we go.
Where's the captain?
My goodness.
What?
Where's the captain?
I don't know, I just got here.
All right, okay. So me and the men were talking. The rest of the crew is down there in the hold protecting the whale oil. You're not supposed to know about that.
All right. That's
But-
really not the most, sure.
We need to take back this ship.
I think, well, if they find out what they're looking for isn't here, won't they just leave? I can prove it to them. It's not here.
Okay, okay, all right.
Just give me a chance.
The original plan was that, okay, if we have people under the deck ready to pounce, we know that they're back there in the stern. So,
All right.
okay, you're gonna tell us what to do, right?
Oil, we'll leave you.
If you die, we'll attack.
No.
Okay,
I'm not going to die.
okay,
Um,
good plan.
just stay put.
All right.
If we lead them into an ambush, we'll hit the deck and you fire. All right.
Okay, good plan.
I'm going to step out. Captain,
What are you? Who are you?
I'm
Oh,
going in peace.
all right. Better not talk like that guy did. He doesn't have an arm anymore. He's gonna die in like an hour.
What did you do? What?
He's out.
You have a lot of
he's,
pain right
he's
now.
writing on the ground in pain.
You might be in
With,
shock.
right?
Yeah.
What happened?
He just totally killed the captain. Was a good hostage. Pretty cooperative too.
I'm invested in making sure that doesn't happen anymore. No more deaths. I can
Well,
prove
that's up
to
to
you.
what you have to say.
I can prove to you that there's nothing on this ship that you want. This right here is called a Hastings device. It's
Mm-hmm.
meant to track things that relate to the void.
Mm-hmm.
See? The frequency it's picking up now?
Mm-hmm.
My necklace.
Mm-hmm.
See? There's nothing else on this. And I'm going to keep turning it.
Nothing else.
So you tinkered with it so that Emil's artifact is not coming out?
Yes.
Okay, then this will be a deception check.
Okay.
This is gonna be a 4. I am serious. There is a reason for this.
Okay.
You can have up to 5 dice, right?
That is correct. 5 is
This might
virtually
be-
impossible. 4 is really, really hard.
But you could, she could
So can I
potentially
use
take
persuade
both momentum and,
and
use a
talk?
chaos.
What's that?
Use both momentum and
Yeah.
use a chaos.
Chaos point if you want.
And I've used this enough that I kind of know how to like cleverly skip over a frequency by adjusting the dial just a slight bit faster
Okay.
as I get over that frequency. So I'm going to argue for cleverly because I know the
Yeah.
kind of technique to do that.
Yeah, that's right. Cleverly certainly
So-
applies.
Use the
13.
things.
Use momentum.
You gotta use both of those.
Both of them.
I
Or
would say
chaos.
chaos might be a valid option right now. This is a big.
I will take a chaos.
Okay.
Should I like move to just like as it's going? Should I, like,
Yeah, you are definitely present. You're on the. Yeah, you're watching this, so.
So that's a success. That's a success, and that is a natural 1.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then there's a 16 and a 19, but there's not the 20, so we're all good.
That's 4 successes.
That is 4 successes.
All right.
worth every chaos.
Oh wait, no.
We do
that's
not
easier.
have extra momentum.
We have used all of the momentum. It's not here.
Has to be.
He must have left it wherever he came from.
It's not in Alexan. We know that.
Well, then he tossed it over the side. It's not here.
Well, he's dead now, so he can't tell us anything about that.
You killed him.
Yeah. He wouldn't tell us where it was.
Well, it's not here. Your men have died. Or people have died. Just leave it.
You better not be lying to me. You know, I can hear these things. And he just inches extremely close to him. You can feel his breath on your face as he holds on to, he grabs your torque. These things, they sing to me.
I'm not lying.
You better not be. I can't hear anything else. All right, men, we're leaving. And you see the men up there start to head back towards the cables themselves. There are a couple men that emerge from the hold itself. They're still shouldering their weapons and making sure that you all know the gist of what's going on. If you try anything funny, I've got 6 cannons trained on your position right now. You're in the middle of the ocean.
All we want is for you to leave. We're not going to impede that.
Certainly hope so. Alright. And the rest of the men start climbing back up the cables. You do see there's this sort of, call it a scouting basket, lowered by the airship itself. It's just basically an elevator used by cables. That is lowered down to the ground. It opens up, and Snatch and the Bruiser with the shotgun go up there and hit a lever, and it starts raising up. The rest are heading back. It's not very long until you hear this as the.
How many men went back?
So there were a total of 15 that went back. You do see Harris, when he comes up from the hold, is looking around, very paranoid. But all of them, unless you guys intervene, start climbing up towards the ship.
I slip off my mask and I come out of the shadows. I immediately go to him and I look at Hazel and just like, I took 2 years, 2 years of surgery, but like, like survival 4 basically.
All right.
So
Okay.
So it's a long
I'll,
breath.
So
Your shoulders sink.
as soon as they're gone, Emil's gonna go out onto the deck as well.
All right.
So
The
that's
harpoons are released, and you see the airship actually very fast move away. It's moving a lot faster away than what's actually coming to you guys.
so he's still tending to him, I'll look around, see if there's anyone else who could be saved or helped in any way.
Yeah. One little detail I forgot to mention: the pirates did also go through their wounded and say, "Yeah, that guy's dead. That guy's unconscious. Let's take him back." So a couple were. They probably used the scouting basket to haul up the wounded as well.
Did they find the guy that was behind her bed?
No.
Oh no.
No.
That guy's just here now.
Yeah, they might have had a little bit of like a.
That's amazing.
They might have had just a little roll call before everyone went up. And they probably realized that someone was gone, but they probably just thought, probably fell off the side of the ship. And yeah, he is
We
still
got a
there.
hostage.
An unintentional hostage.
The best kind. But if there's no one else that can be helped, I'll help. Help him help Reed.
All right. Okay.
Am I
So,
I
capable of
basically
speaking
probably
at all?
ask you.
basically, do any of you know
who's
basic
better?
medicine and how shock works?
I know.
I sure don't.
I know 2 surgery. Or 2
No,
but like not.
I mean like players. Like I don't know how a human would behave when losing a limb like this. I know shock is
Probably shock.
He's probably
it's been
shocked
a-
or fainted.
It's been a second, so he might have lost enough blood at this point that he may have.
That's what I think. It's
I
been a
do
little
have
bit
2
too long.
open wounds.
I think
on
you
my
are
shoulder.
probably unconscious. Also,
Yeah.
you have a bullet wound as well that should probably need tending to.
Yeah.
But first thing first, guy with no arm.
Guy with no arm. How's
I'm going below deck as they're doing
you?
this.
Are you good at? Or small mouse one. Are you good at like fixing stuff? People.
Oh,
Surgery.
a bit, yes.
Okay. Are you as good as me? Please. So it would be like survival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can give him an extra die by helping.
Okay. So
I will go ahead and say,
I'll-
because you are both working together,
Yeah.
this is less of like an assist and more of a combined thing. So you will actually get 4d20 to roll. Difficulty is going to be 2 to actually stop the bleeding,
Okay.
sort of thing, and maybe prevent infection. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh,
1 will be a partial success where you stop the wounds, but there's an infection. So
Okay.
Please don't fail.
I don't suppose there's an extra roll I could make later to help with that.
possibly, but if you get a 2 right now, you should be good on infection. But
Okay.
Okay.
all right, 4d20 then. 2 for each of you, so you're both making checks
Okay.
for the same goal, basically.
Okay.
I really like this system. It's fun.
Oh no.
I got the 20.
Oh no.
Oh,
Survival. I guess I do it. I guess swiftly. 'cause
What
I
would
got
this
9.
check be
I failed.
as far as skills?
I think we have
skills.
Could I
believe this would be-
argue Tinker? Because it's kind of like a biological machine.
Yes. So Tinker covers your ability to understand complex or specialized tools and techniques. Surgery
Yeah.
is a very complex technique.
And
You
then
can say that.
I'd go carefully maybe. So then
Yeah, this is.
what would that be?
This is.
Yeah, I'd have 1 success.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
There was a complication, though.
Yes, there was a complication.
I
Did
won't
you get
tell
a
you.
success at
So
all?
that was 1 success.
No, just a complication.
1 success total.
Yes. Well, yeah. Between
Okay, he's lost a lot of blood. There's probably going to be some lasting damage other than just the lost limb. But you managed to stop the bleeding, and it does seem like he will live. We'll probably have to check up later to see how he's feeling, whether that's any sort of infection. But right now, you can't really tell. Only time will.
All right. I also probably want to go check out myself.
Yes, that's right. That will just be 1 success to really stop the bleeding.
I kind of look at you. I'm just like,
Would you like help with that?
Yes, please.
Certainly help.
Alright. Okay, and then that is 13. Swiftly again, I guess?
No. Sorry,
Uh,
this is carefully.
Carefully. Yeah, that would make sense. That's 8, 10, so yeah, no.
Okay, no successes.
So do I just roll 2 again?
Mhm.
And would this still be surgery?
Mhm.
Could I still use Tinker?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I got 2 successes.
Okay, all right.
Oh, momentum.
So, yeah, so Sebastian tries doing it on himself. It's really hard performing surgery on yourself.
Yeah.
But
Ow!
thankfully Emil steps in and it's a lot easier performing surgery on someone that's not yourself. So that is all good. You will be recovering stress once you finish a long rest, basically.
Okay.
All right.
So I
About
just
this time-
unstable basically.
That's right. You
Okay.
see the puffs of smoke from the airship that visited you to be all but gone. The
Any
airship's just
direction
lit
it's
on the
going or
horizon.
anything like
It's
that?
heading west.
I wanted to go under the deck to where the rest of the men were waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Alright, so
I
you
see
head
her
below
go and
deck.
I say, back here after whatever.
When you go down there, you can already see the first mate talking to the crew there. So a lot of them appear to be like hiding behind crates and whatnot in the hold. And she just says, I guess I'm the captain now. Captain Poppin is dead.
I'm sorry about that.
No thanks to your friends.
My friends.
Yeah.
I haven't met any of them before today.
No thanks to that person, the guy in the suit. We could have had this easy. I'm not going to administer punishment or anything like that. It's pirates. It's their fault in the end. But you all are not welcome on the ship again. Maybe you. You seem
Well.
sensible.
I was lying.
What?
I think there is more on this ship than Wind always picked up.
Well, thank
I
you for
want to see
saving our
the,
hinds back there.
I want to see the cargo hold.
What's that?
We are keeping the whale oil.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to know about that.
I went for the word.
Okay, we're kind of smuggling that. We just really didn't want the pirates to know because
You're fine.
one shot from that airship on this boat would have sunk us for sure. Highly explosive.
You did the right thing. But I need to see.
But not enough of the right things. Why do you need to see it?
Because if I was Kenji and I was trying to hide something on board the ship, that's where I would hide it.
Alright. So, first mate Avena, Evander, that's her name, guides you through the hold and towards crates that look just like the regular ones. They are really packed tight. Thankfully, you cannot see the distinctive glow of the whale oil tank. While you're heading there, you do see the corpse of Kenji slumped up against the wall. A lot of blunt force trauma.
I'm sorry about that.
Pirates. Nothing else can be said.
When I get to the,
Oh, the crates, yeah.
I'd like to do some poking around, use the radio if I can, but I'm not, or the Hastings device, but I'm not sure how useful that'll be here.
You
But
are not picking anything up. And Evander does actually take a crowbar and crack open one of the crates, and you do see refined whale oil tanks. A lot of it.
I just want to poke around and see if I can, do as much prying as I can.
Yeah, there is virtually no signal.
Well, not with the, I'm wondering almost if the whale oil could be used as a muffler, or it could be used to hide a signal.
No. Yeah, I guess you could, I shouldn't necessarily tell you that. No, it's not gonna block any signal. Interesting theory, though.
Well, Heisel doesn't know that, so she'll still poke around for a while, and I'll be on the lookout. If he was hiding it somewhere, then it's bound to turn up eventually.
It's even here. So you do believe something else is here?
I don't think they'd come here if there wasn't.
Well,
Whatever I told them.
if you find it, mail it off my boat. I don't want this happening again.
If I find it, I'm taking it with me.
All right. We'll be in Pandyssia in about a week.
Well, hopefully we can lay low until then.
Hopefully, we can't stand another boarding. We weren't supposed to be boarded. Why?
It's a bit more eventful than flying fish.
Guess so. All right. We're gonna gather up the dead. Probably gonna have a burial. Let's see. Probably have that ready in about 2 hours.
All right.
You can go ahead and inform your friends if. Did that guy in the military outfit die?
I don't know. They were taking care of him when I left.
All right. Okay.
I'd probably better go check.
Not a bad idea.
So I guess I'll go rejoin the rest of the group.
Yep.
Since we probably did everything I can, Sab's just like against the wall, and he's just like really kind of just like tired and stuff. And a little bit
Did
just tired.
did John make it?
I think so. We didn't do a very good job. I think that's the best we can. If you can get the crew to take him
What,
somewhere. We should
how did
probably
the captain die? What happened?
I will go ahead and say, John, just so that you're
It
not,
was my fault.
not included in this session whatsoever. You are semi-conscious right now.
The first mate was saying that he.
Well, I didn't think.
What did
There
you
are a
do?
couple crew members by you, basically, just ready to haul you down back to your quarters.
I can't look him.
You need something.
Anybody need a hand? Because I do.
I look him. What's your name
You
again?
didn't get shot in the brain.
That's the last thing I see.
All right. Out once again. All right. So, do any of you have any last minute things you would do during the day?
Few little things.
A meal. At some point, I'm going to take a meal aside.
I'm right now like
Probably after the rest of
I'm
this.
like meal, Hazel. You guys stick here. I want to talk.
Sure.
Heisel.
That way.
Heisel. Sorry. What was his name again? I can't remember.
John.
Or John. John Reed. All right. So, I tell him what happened. It's like, that's what happened. But I should have thought things through a little bit more before things happened. I instantly went to kill mode. So that's a little bit on me, what happened.
Surprisingly, you actually showed a lot of restraint.
You weren't the one that shot the captain.
I'm good at things. Being in the shadows.
So I can say.
And being quiet and stabbing people. I could have done something if I had known our skills. So I want to go over that. Because as long as we're on the ship, maybe even Pandyssia, because that place is crazy. We just got attacked by pirates. And this is in the Isles. But that's not normal, alright? So I say, as an option, we stick together. Because we have skills and advantages and things.
Sebastian,
Yeah.
like you well enough. But Emil risked our lives to hide whatever it was in his pocket. And John shot the captain. You are the only one I would want to consider sticking around.
I'm better in the long term.
You're better in the long term?
Nothing I could do in that situation.
You keep saying that.
Give me time.
Doesn't mean anything.
Like with the device, and I can help. In that situation, everything
How?
was going quickly. Not exactly a fighter.
I wasn't asking you to fight.
I didn't have anything they wanted. They wouldn't have been satisfied.
What I saw was you risking everyone's life.
How?
I had to skip the frequency. They would have come after you. They would have killed you, probably.
If I'd showed them,
Then why didn't you do it?
what would have happened if I did?
About this time, the
Right.
first mate would approach you all
I
into this conversation.
get up because I probably don't see the first mate, and I put my hand on your shoulder and then the other, and I bring you in close. It's a meal, right?
Yes.
So you're saying that you did stuff that possibly could have compromised this?
No.
Kind of sounds like that's what you're saying. And let me put it
That's
this
what
way.
she's saying.
That is what I'm saying.
To be honest, people don't get angry for no reason, okay? Alright. So, we all have our personal lives.
lowers my chances of survival. That's not good, okay? So, if it's personal, I get it. But I want to be able to know that let me put it this way. I could trust you, all right? And we could go at this. And that's 2 people. There were 3 at least on this deck where we are right now. We could have maybe taken them. But we need numbers and people who have skills. I don't know a lot, okay? I don't know how to do things. I can't do everything, okay? We need allies. And even if there's some ones that we can only slightly trust, or that we can trust that they will keep our trust, or they will gain enemies.
I understand, all right?
And I'm not happy about it. And he was crazy. He's a crazy man.
Understand.
Look.
About this time, the first bit
Yeah.
would actually end the conversation. You know, you're lucky to be standing here. I told that pirate that he had whatever he was looking for.
What?
So it's your fault.
What did
Well,
you think he had it?
to reveal what it was. My captain's
It's
life is
not-
at stake. I hold things.
Couldn't have saved him. If he hadn't been shot, maybe I could have helped. After.
Well, it's after
Remember
now.
what the plan was originally? Right? We told you all to do. We told you to stay! We were gonna negotiate. They were going to get what they wanted and they would have gone. There would be blood all over my deck. On my boat now.
Where is what they wanted?
You have it,
I
right?
don't.
You have some void thing that you just don't want to show
They didn't
anyone.
want some void thing.
What did they want?
What did they want?
They said it was a knife.
A knife.
But we haven't seen what it is in your pocket.
It's not a knife.
I have no reason to believe that.
You'll have to anyway. Wouldn't have anything interesting.
Well, let's make it simpler. What void thing do you have? Because all I've seen so far is that those pirates are looking for void things. And I don't want void things on my ship.
It's not very interesting.
Not a very interesting one. It's interesting enough to get an airship on my ship.
I didn't bring them here.
Then what did?
Apparently, someone else on this ship.
Which one?
Genji.
The kid?
They were after him.
Did he have anything on him?
That's why I was looking for it.
Hmm.
With the device. I couldn't find anything. Except whatever's in his pocket.
What's your name?
Me.
Miranda Meal. Okay. Because of any problems on the boat, I'm throwing you overboard, okay? I'm charging double. Right? You are not leaving this ship without fully paying me. We've had too many losses, and you kind of pissed me off. You're kind of on my bad side now, so sorry. You're gonna be the one that pays. As far as I know, that guy already paid. You paid something. Okay?
I suppose we'll negotiate that.
Yeah. Alright. And she's just going to walk off with other business to attend to. What else did you guys want to do tonight? We'll say that, again, we do have curfew. It is 11:18 right now. So it would be nice to wrap up within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. I basically just kind of, again, kind of say, I just kind of, maybe a little more individual, like, be like, hey, so you said you pay off if we trust you.
trust issues, okay? I know I'm being a little, personal, but I have trust issues. So if you do anything, I'm going after you very specifically. Just putting that out there. Like, I'm not, listen, I want to make like a symbiotic relationship here, okay? So like, but what are you good at? Like what, if we're in a situation, what can I rely on you to do?
I suppose I could help you prepare before a situation and help you out after. I'm not very good in situations.
Like a builder, tinkerer?
Mostly a tinkerer. You saw that I have some experience with
And you helped,
medicine.
you helped fix that device thing, the void finder thing.
Yes.
John is starting to come to again.
All right.
Do you know how
You have no
device
arms,
works?
but you have a lot of bandages on a stomach.
So, I go over to,
You're probably in your.
Probably
Am I
I,
still only
I
on the
feel
deck,
like
or did they take me?
they
down?
did take you
They
to.
took
you
me
probably
down.
took that, I'll probably
I'll
come
send
down to
someone.
them eventually, but I go
All
over
right. They
to-
probably had a crew member by your door just to make sure you don't die or anything like that.
I give him a note telling everyone to come see me.
I
All right.
I go to
Okay, sounds good.
I go to Hazel probably before we get out.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it quick. Hi. So,
Rough day.
yeah, not exactly what I was expecting. I was hoping. I mean, poisonous flying fish kind of broke down my hopes of sleeping on the deck, but oh well. Anyway, so if we're traveling, can I ask just what?
Depends on the question.
Sorry. We were in a situation, and it's good to know all the cards of skills that are on the table. Are you good at certain aspects?
I never intended to be in a situation like this. I'm not going to be able to handle that sort of thing. If you need anything done with the void, or sometimes if you need someone talked to, I can help with that. With a good mind for that sort of thing. But if something like this breaks out again, I'm not going to be very helpful.
Okay. I would say those are important skills.
I
We'll
found them to be
apologize to you all
effective.
about the fact that a lot of this was, in fact, combat.
That's okay.
That's okay. We can.
No, never mind, because talking got you all out of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I mean, you diffused the whole situation.
With 4 successes.
Holy moly.
It was amazing.
It was pretty cool.
We could have gotten
That-
out of all of
I don't
that
mean to
if we just
pry about-
had stayed down below deck.
Maybe.
I don't believe
probably
it.
not.
I don't
know.
believe it.
It's no
They
fun
were gonna
nowadays,
look
yeah.
for the thing.
They were
Yeah,
going
they
to,
were.
but if we
They were
didn't,
gonna
if
see
we didn't
us.
start fighting,
They
I
didn't
think
find
we would've-
it. They would have.
I think that would have resolved
Kept
a lot
going.
more peacefully had we not done anything.
Emil. At some point, I would have found Emil alone.
Mm-hmm.
2 things. First, I did you a solid back there.
What?
I did you a solid back there, hiding your whatever it is from. I don't even remember what his name was. Snatch. If you would allow me in return, I would like to try to tune the radio into it. More specifically, you don't even have to take it out of your pocket, but at some point, just consider it an experiment.
As long as you don't share any results of that.
This is for a project of my own. And second, I heard from the void an answer.
What was it?
It was a yes, but conditional one.
Conditional what?
What I heard was you will be successful in what you're going to Pandyssia for. If you find the right company. Sort of seems a bit like what Sebastian was talking about. Don't really buy into all of that, but
That's just what I heard.
I suppose that's understandable.
Anyway, my debt repaid. I think John wanted to see us.
Like, when we're walking down, I just kind of lean over it.
That device, pretty cool.
A friend of mine invented it.
Amazing. How far is the range? And you're probably like, not very far. And I'll be like, okay.
It's sort of a close range thing.
Still useful. I noticed it was picking up, sorry, I'm all into little gadgets and
Bit of an
gizmos.
enthusiast, sure.
I was noticing it was picking up whatever he had. Was it the man? He could hear charms, like the bone charms.
I don't know what it was he could do.
Were you picking up him at all?
That's a good question. Would the Hastings device have registered anything from him?
No, nothing.
Nothing like that, but it should register void touched people. So,
Very interesting. Anyway, we better go see him. I walk in.
So we're all, yeah.
How you feeling?
Could be worse.
That was bloody stupid out there.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was old war memories.
not every problem can be solved like that.
To be honest, I don't exactly trust you, but I'm gonna just say that that's true.
I do owe you an apology.
Well,
Let's beg the first
Bloody right
mate.
you do.
What?
Bloody right you do.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. Not to you. I'm sorry, Sebastian.
Oh.
I was impressed. The way
Yeah,
you hid there. Let me bleed on the deck.
I got you a few stories to
I mean,
tell.
sorry. I was hoping, again, I'm not a big planner. I was hoping you would talk and hopefully I could get a little leverage. I'm trying to get some people together, just because Pandyssia is hard and I mean, we just know you and you're kind of crazy, but do you have skills that could help us?
See, I'm a very
I'm still a little
persuasive
grey on the eyes.
fellow. See, part of the reason I'm going to this new place is I've had some struggles since the war. I tend to be a bit erratic, and my doctor told me of some new miracle plant or herb in this new world that could potentially be a remedy for my condition. Once we arrive, if I can obtain some aid for my ailment, it could be quite useful. I have quite a bit of experience in the persuasive and deceptive side of warfare. I'll be honest, I wasn't exactly a soldier, just a soldier, and I am quite handy with the knife.
Yes. As you probably all guessed,
I have a very specific set of skills.
yeah, I'm very acrobatic. I'm good at fighting, as you've seen.
That duck bit was pretty good.
Thank you. And I know a little bit of surgery, but like not a whole lot.
Mm.
A bit more, but just naturally I'm not that great at being on the
Well,
outside.
look, if we decided it was good to travel together for a while, we'd want to insist that we don't get into fights any more than we have to.
I agree. And I would say.
Solve it with anything else first.
And I would say, I would agree with that, and I would also say, we should make plans and think before we act.
That's something I'm good at.
That's good. Yes.
Also, I know it's rather early, but
It's like 1 a.m. at night, by the way.
I know it's a little early to be discussing this, but would wonder, does anyone here have any skills that could particularly lend themselves to possibly creating a new substitute of an arm of sorts, perhaps capable of carrying a blade on the end?
Sebastian and Emil, go ahead and make a tinker or study check.
Wait. Okay.
This one I will actually not assign a difficulty to, based off of your successes that you get. I'll tell you what you both know, basically.
What can I add?
Carefully, cleverly.
What about focuses?
Engineering.
I'll go, study cleverly, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, 2 successes.
All right, excellent. So, prosthetics do exist in this universe, and some of them are incredibly complex. You may have even heard of an inventor from Sarkonos named Kieran Jindosh, who had fully articulating fingers that were prosthetics. Those were quite effective. So you can have anything from just like, here's a substitute, to maybe perform some rudimentary tasks, to here's a full-on replica of an arm that is fully articulating. And more, maybe.
Yeah. 2 quick things. I go to second in command. I'll try and make this quick. But first, I'm probably reading that like she's a little upset and stuff, and probably
A little bit more than a little bit upset.
okay. I'd say,
A lot of bit upset.
Yeah.
and I've probably learned the situation more and stuff like that. Know that there were people in the plan and stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't say. Hello. I don't know quite how to say this, but I'm not really any good at it. But I messed up. Things got out of hand, and I know Mr. Reed had a bit of bad time. Let's say. And I'm deeply sorry that I stepped out of line. And
Well, you didn't do the worst thing out there. You were trying to protect us. You did disobey our orders. This is my boat.
and
Just
I'll
don't do anything like
respect
that again,
If
okay?
I have, as you've seen, skills and stuff. If you could let me know in case anything is happening, just so I can be helpful again and not be.
Oh, don't worry. Next time something like this happens, if it happens, I am not turning to any of you. And if you can go ahead and tell the rest of the crew, the rest of the guests, that if they want to try something like this, when we have a clear-cut plan, that I'm just going to take the side of the pirates. Because there could have been a much better way of doing this, and that did not happen.
Understandable. I reach in, take out the pistol and the Morley money, all but 1 coin. And I also take out 10 of just reaching coin, and I just say, it's not much or anything, but you deserve it. And listen, it's just collateral damage. It's just, I'm sorry. This is it. Apologies.
It helps with the damages. She takes it.
I'll leave.
All right. Okay, very quickly, I understand if you guys need to pack up, but I would like to have just a brief scene with Emil.
Okay.
So that will be in private, so let's wait a little bit so you guys are packed so that you guys can have it right here. Thank you all for playing. This
Rachel, are these
oh
yours?
man.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man, great first session, everybody. I had a lot of fun.
That's not how I expected any of that to
Me
go.
neither.
I was
me
worried.
neither.
I expected things, but I didn't get the things I expected.
I was.
I am annoyed that you are hiding Boyd stuff from me.
I was worried
Well,
Sebastian
you know,
was gonna be
can't
the
hide much.
cantankerous
Well,
one
I mean-
that making
So-
sense, and he's holding out.
We'll see if I can convince you to show it
Oh.
to me when I'm using the radio on it, the Hastings device.
Certainly.
Okay, I do also have something for everybody. First, you all are on your way to Sloan Bay, and I told you I made something.
Oh.
I made a map. So this is where you all are headed.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so cool.
It was a lot of fun to make.
He's been
I
working
even
on
have a
this for the
little
better part of
slide
few
on the
months.
stream to show it. There we
That's
go.
amazing.
Oh, what?
So our
Can
folks
we take a
online can
picture
see
of this?
that.
That's very cool.
Yes, that.
Can we take a
Feature.
picture?
Oh, go for it. I'll send this into the chat, honestly, so
Okay.
you all can get
All right.
that for free in just
Cool.
a bit.
So,
Well, anyone who was listening, appreciate you putting up with all that. Didn't go how
All two
any
of
of
you
us were
still?
planning.
Way crazy.
Wow.
Super crazy.
I wonder who it is.
But,
Two
yeah,
viewers. Yeah.
very cool.
Hey, 2 viewers. Thank you. Much appreciated.
I cannot see who they are. No. See you guys later.
See ya.
Well, that was a session right there.
Yeah, here, I will wait outside.
Of course, this will be very brief.
that was quite the session.
Intense. Very intense.
I love that we already have a Grievous entry.
We already have agreed.
I know. It was again.
Also-
That guy is a huge gun.
Everyone's immediately like, well, everyone's an idiot and does awful things except Heisel. Heisel's fine.
Levi, do you want any scrap leather?
Sure.
Okay, scrap
Where's
leather.
it from?
My shoe actually it tore, so I just cut it off.
Smells good.
Yeah, there you go.
Love leather.
All right, Emil. So, once the the very long night is finally done, you find yourself in your own cabin. Is there anything you're doing in there?
Do the doors lock?
Yes, they do lock.
I'm going to lock them, and I'm going to, while I'm making sure to like listen to make sure that there's no one like outside the door or anything, like no one
Mhm.
walking by, just take out whatever it is in my pocket, figure out what it is.
So you reach into your coat pocket. You grab that very heavy thing. It is not a dagger, but it is very sharp. There's no way I can describe the shape of this object. It still feels like that familiar bone feel to it. But the best way that I can describe the shape is almost like a railroad spike, which there is no railroad in this universe. So it looks like almost a tent peg or stake. Despite the feeling of it, feeling as though it was made of bone and wood, it looks like extremely polished obsidian, completely black. You can see your face's reflection in it. You assumed that when you were going up the conning tower with Kenji, that he must have slipped this in your coat, but it's yours now. And if you press your ear up closely to it, you can hear the somewhat familiar whispers of the Void artifact. It's there. You've got it. You've got the spike.
I guess I'll put it back in my pocket.
All right. And is that all you would be doing that night?
Well, other than writing in his research notes and trying to like diagram it and like, I think that's it, yeah.
All right. So when you go to bed, you find yourself a little restless. In the middle of the night, which is honestly the middle of the morning, I suppose, you find yourself in a very strange place. There is no direct source of light. Everything is this shade of gray, and almost similar to the spike itself, you can see massive stone structures of black rock. You can just see for miles and miles and miles. It just goes on forever. And you're there. You cannot see anyone else, though. But soon, you can hear in this echoed whisper, almost, you'll find. What you seek. Built to help. And then you hear this entire voice is just resounding across the entire area. You can't really pinpoint which direction it is coming from. What you hear, mysterious that's it. And you kind of fade to black as regular sleep occurs around you. All right, so I really need to pack up. So thank you for joining us for the stream, all 2 of you people. Hope you have a lovely night.
Wow.
There we go.